Theatrical. And then, of course, coming Friday, we have the Olympics in Paris to look forward to. I cannot believe that we're already here 4 years later, celebrating such an incredible sporting moment. Now, in the kitchen, we are cooking up some delicious Turkish lamb dumplings. Plus, Chef Clem joins us once again and shares his recipe for a no-bake Clem and Gold cheesecake. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, and I'm telling you, it's going to be absolutely delicious. Now, entertaining us this morning are the team from the Waterfront Theatre School ahead of their latest production called Heather's Musical. It's definitely one that you do not want to miss. And that is where we are this morning, but we cannot move on without getting through a lovely good morning post for you this Monday morning. And we cannot wait to ask you this question in particular. I don't remember everything I learned in school because it might have been a little while ago, admittedly, but I will always remember this. Now, you have to send your voice notes on 063-408-8863. And if you're going to hit us up on those socials, remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show. Now, personally, it has been a couple years since I've been in school, but if there's one thing that I kind of remember, it's this little rule in English. It says I before E, except after C. I don't know why I remember that, but every single time I write receive, I always spell it right every single time. At least I can be proud about something. But let us know what you remember from your schooling days. Hit us up across our socials or our WhatsApp line. Once again, that number is 063-408-8863. For now, though, it is time to dive headfirst into official duties. Carl is standing by with your news.
Thanks so much, Carissa. Let's take a look at your news starting nationally. President Cyril Ramaphosa has signed the Pension Fund Amendment Bill into law, implementing the two-pot retirement system. This legislation introduces flexibility in retirement savings for South Africans. Starting September 1st, 1/3 of retirement contributions will go into a savings component, while 2/3 will be allocated to a retirement component. This change allows retirement fund members to access their savings without resigning. The minimum amount that can be withdrawn is 2,000 rand. Now, 2 men, including a Russian national, are scheduled to appear in court in connection with 252 million rand worth of cocaine seized in Still Bay. Western Cape Police discovered the drug at the Still Bay harbour on Friday. Provincial Police spokesperson Christopher Spiss reported that officers identified a vehicle with a rubber duck on its trailer matching the description provided. After a chase, police found 14 bags containing bricks of cocaine inside the rubber duck. The suspects, a 48-year-old from Gauteng and a 39-year-old Russian, remain in custody pending charges. Now on to international news. US President Joe Biden announced last night that he is stepping down from the 2024 presidential race. In an online post, he stated that serving as president had been a great honor, but stepping down was in the best interest of his party and country. The 81-year-old president, who faced calls to resign after a debate against Donald Trump, where he appeared frail, endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the next Democratic nominee. Harris thanked Biden and confirmed she would run for the Democratic nomination. Now, Tunisian President Kais Saied has announced his candidacy for another presidential term in October 6th elections, saying he wants to continue the national liberation struggle. Opposition parties, many of whose leaders are imprisoned, accuse Saied's government of pressuring the judiciary to suppress rivals and secure his re-election. They argue that fair and credible elections can be held unless imprisoned politicians are released. And in celebration of Mandela Day and month, 5FM have joined forces with fight against hunger at the Sandton Convention Centre in Joburg last week. The station teamed up with Rise Against Hunger Africa, a charity provided over 5 million meals in 2023. Popular 5FM presenters and staff brought an amazing vibe to Mandela Day, helping package thousands of food parcels. The result was astonishing. 5FM helped pack 582,552 meals as part of a group of over 3,100 volunteers. These meals will provide 5 meals a week for 2,532 children for 1 year while they attend their early childhood development program. Now, why not register on the Rise Against Hunger website today and make every day a Mandela Day? That's it for your news for now. Another update in 1 hour, but let's take a first look at your sporting action. Here's G.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's kick it off with the good news first. The Springboks concluded their incoming series tour with a dominant 64-21 victory over Portugal in Bloemfontein on Saturday evening, scoring 10 tries, despite being a man and two men down, in fact, at one point. So Portugal, facing the Boks for the first time, scored 3 tries, showcasing some massive growth as a rugby nation. Notably, 4 of the 7 Springboks making their test debut scored tries as well, marking a very special start to their international careers. Congratulations, some major milestones reached there as well. Makazole Mapimpi as well, I think number 4 on the all-time try-scoring list. Now let's turn to the flip side of that coin as Sabu Nkosi's career faces yet another major setback as he risks a 4-year ban following a positive test for a banned substance. So Nkosi missed Friday's Currie Cup match between the Cheetahs and the Bulls for personal reasons. But according to media, Nkosi tested positive for an anabolic steroid used by bodybuilders and was one of 3 Springboks tested by World Rugby in May this year. So we'll certainly watch that space. Now let's turn to motorsport and a fantastic day for Oscar Piastri. He clinched his maiden Grand Prix victory in Hungary after McLaren team. They had some massive drama unfolding on the day. Well, Piastri, he led much of the race after emerging first into turn 1, following a 3-wide battle with Red Bull's Max Verstappen and his teammate Lando Norris, who was also on form. However, Norris was pitted first during the second round of stops and emerged ahead. So despite reluctance, Norris eventually obeyed team orders on lap 68 of 70, allowing Piastri to retake the lead. Piastri finished 2 seconds ahead of Norris in the end, while Lewis Hamilton secured 3rd and a 200th podium after a late race clash with Verstappen. So lots of spice still. We love it. Now let's turn to of course, the Open unfolding as we speak in American. Xander Schauffele won the British Open, claiming the 2nd major championship of his career, just 2 months after his first. The 30-year-old California delivered a flawless final round of 65 at Royal Troon on Scotland's west coast, emerging from a tight leaderboard to secure the famed claret jug. So he won the PGA Championship in May, finished at 9 under par, 2 shots ahead of England's Justin Rose and then fellow American Billy Horschel as well. What an honour. Now let's turn to tennis, and Rafa Nadal lost to his first final in 2 years, falling 6-3, 6-2 to Portugal's Nuno Borges at the clay court Borstar Open. And of course, we were all hoping that he would have his moment to shine before the next big tournament. And despite showings of a massive return in form and impressive run to that final, Nadal unfortunately struggled with his serve and his ground strokes. And instead of celebrating his 64th amazing clay title on the court since Roland Garros of 2022, the Spanish great was dominated by Borges just 1 week before the Olympic Games, of course, kicks off in Paris. But I have a feeling, once again, watch that space. I don't think it's quite done and dusted yet, but that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's get a dose of our Monday morning weather.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's dive into your first weather for this morning. Environmental news this morning highlights the Grootspruit solar power plant in Matjebeng, Free State, which is set to generate enough electricity to power 80,000 homes when completed. Now, the project, estimated to cost over 1.4 billion rand, was officially launched last week with a groundbreaking ceremony in Valkom. This new solar plant aims to address the energy crisis, with construction now underway and commissioning expected next year. It will contribute 75 megawatts to the Eskom national grid. Now, at the launch of the project, Executive Mayor of Matjebeng Municipality, Thanokolo Kalipa, said the more projects in the pipeline, he envisioned turning Matjebeng into the country's energy hub. That's some really good news this morning. And in some other good news, remember to share your morning views with us on 063-408-8863. We cannot wait to say hello to you this morning, this Monday morning. Well, now let's get into your temperatures as to what you can expect on your side of the country.
Uppington and Sutherland, you're waking up to 3 degrees Celsius. Hey, it's going to be lovely for you. It can only be a bit warmer from there. You can only go up. But that is the weather conditions throughout the country. You know exactly what to wear today. And here's exactly what to expect from your Feel Good Rugby show.
We'll warm you up from the inside.
Of course.
Right. The Springboks on a winning note in their final test of the incoming series. And, of course, Portugal showed some fire, man.
Oh, yeah.
How much growth in that team. But we might have been a player down, 2 players down at one point, but it didn't hold players like Marcus Orlab, Pimpy back from breaking records. And Robbie Gillette will bring us all the numbers that matter on the other side of this.
Oh, I can't wait for that conversation. And then we also got to get into skin talk. It's one of my favorite kind of topics. We're talking about the secrets to hydrated, healthy-looking skin. I'm sure that piqued your interest right now, so stick around on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Under the icy skies of Bloemfontein, the Springboks roared to a thrilling 64-21 victory over a spirited Portugal, dazzling the 42,626 strong crowd with 10 sensational tries. Of course, the debutants, they shot very brightly, very unstructured. Why? Because we were missing half the team for half the match. And despite that tumultuous start, the Boks delivered a fiery performance that lit up the night. And I'm sure rugby content creator Robbie Gillette joins us to unpack the weekend's action with a big smile on his face. Look at that.
Monday, I'm going to spend it with you guys.
Yes.
I've also got a smile on my face.
That's it. You almost got it right. I'm not sure if you heard the prediction, right?
Yeah.
You said by 65. We almost clapped it. We almost did it.
Yeah,
so well done.
I think I almost said 65 points we're going to score.
If you
Let's play it back.
If you're in that missing player.
Exactly.
But yeah, I was just thinking about Rusty's in all of our heads now. And I was thinking, so he's considering an 8-0 split now. And I was thinking that if he's got Sasha on the field, okay, Lucanio can play both centres. That's fine. He can play both of theirs. Very unstructured play. Kind of worked in the favour of all these debutant superstars. But let's talk about that moment. Andre Esterhuizen being sent off. Should it have happened?
Yeah.
No. Yellow card, I guess.
Yeah,
but I guess that's the inconsistency at the moment with World Rugby. And I'm not going to get in trouble saying this, but, you know, it's like, it's frustrating. I mean, if you look at Curtly Orange's yellow card, a month ago, that's absolutely fine.
Yes.
And this month, it's a yellow card. So, I mean, no, I don't think Andre Esterhuizen was a red card. There was a significant drop in height. It wasn't direct head contact. And let the boys play. It's like, come on.
And that's the whole point of having the time to review, is so that you can look at all those mitigating factors and make a decision, right?
Well, there it is there, just as a quick replay. And I mean, you can see contact made first, then head after. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But as you said, we don't want to get into trouble with World Rugby at the moment. It feels like the goalposts are constantly moved, especially because we're number one. It's tough at the top. Anyway, right, let's move on very swiftly to you know, I know it's Portugal, but we're not going to disrespect our opponents. So for Rassie to go in with, as Graham said, like a seemingly unstructured approach, taking a couple of risks in certain positions, putting on players that haven't been out there before, is this a match of experimentation, or is this a true showing of Springbok depth? Like, is Rassie saying, let me open the curtain to the future of what this team's going to look like for the next World Cup?
I think it probably started as an experiment, and then as it went on, I think guys sort of went like, okay.
He was laughing. Have you seen his technical box? He was having a laugh at some of the subs and stuff. So I just felt like he was enjoying himself.
For sure. I mean, the guys came on. I haven't seen a loose head prop be that athletic in my life.
Right.
He was hitting rucks at, like, not even centres we're getting to. Like, Jan Hendrik Vessels.
No,
hitting...
all due respect to all loose-head props now. Rolled their eyes at you, right? Okay, let's just please. Okay.
But still, I get you. It was very mobile.
It was very mobile. And then, the rest of the guys, I mean, like, you just look at Fussy again. He was good. And then Sasha comes on and just like, when we speak, I think Sasha's probably come out of my mouth 150 million times over the last 3 weeks.
Even talking to myself, I was talking about him like in one of my internal monologues.
Yeah.
Maybe the fact that we were a player down, 2 players down at one point, and had that kind of, as you said, that unstructured play played into those individuals' hands, because you kind of needed people to say, okay, well, I'm going to take this on my own account in that sense. Did you expect Portugal to show up at all in this match to that degree? Because they scored 3 brilliant tries. It wasn't like the World Cup was a flash in the pan. They've been working hard since that World Cup to get to where they are right now.
Well, I mean, you look at they scored the first try. Yeah. And we've all gone like, cool, 7 debutants, we should destroy them. And I've gone by 65 points. And scored, and I've gone,
and with some beautiful stepping.
Exactly.
Wow.
We scored the first try, and I think all of South Africa's sort of gone, like, are we gonna, is this Japan again? I don't know. Do I bring that up? I don't know.
No, don't ever.
I really didn't expect them to come out as fast as they did. I expect them to throw it around a bit. But that first try was so good to watch, and I was like, cool, game on. And you almost needed that for a test for those 7 debutants.
For sure.
You know, it's like, imagine starting for your first test against Portugal, and they score first, and you expected to destroy them. There's a bit of pressure.
Wake up,
if we had gone off the kick-off, tap it back, score 30 seconds in, it's like, okay, cool. It's like we're going to play a URC game. But I think you need that pressure. I think it's more pressure almost than going 3 down against the All Blacks, because it's like you really expected to win this game. Yes. So it was almost like a good bit of pressure for them, I thought, to
light the fire, for sure.
URC, you mentioned now, if you look at this particular matchup, is Rassie deliberately making his job very difficult in selecting the team going forward? Because I think, yes, an experiment. But I feel like now he looks at this team, he's like, hey, buddy, what am I going to do now? Because we got Sasha firing, Mani was on, Paul, like, you know, there's so much option now. Now, are you looking at the squad thinking, hold on, this guy's have to go back to his drawing board, right? We're going to have to do like chasing the, not chasing the sun, chasing the selection. That's got to be a new documentary series. I want to see this thing play out, right?
They actually probably should, eh?
Right, it should, but like what he's going to do now?
Every week, just go through the selection. I don't know, I feel like it almost answered some selection questions for us. Like, if you look at Franco Mosset's injured, I think Ben Jason Dixon now slots straight in.
Oh, yes.
So it's like it answers that. And dare I say it, I think Sasha's become our second choice fly-off. And I know it's probably might not polarize an opinion, but I do think he came on, kicked a brilliant 50-22, kicked 5 of his kicks, 2 try assists. So it's just like
creative.
And that's since the start of his international career. He's been pretty much on it, but it's on the back of a lot of work that's been done in the structures below. He hasn't just arrived. He's been working hard for a very long time. Can we tip our hats to Makazole Mapimpi?
Yes, please.
I think, and I was feeling John de Villiers' pain this weekend, because I think he's surpassed John's incredible try tally in the green and gold.
Of the games, I think. John got 100 and saying Mapimpi's got, I don't know, 30-40. How good is that?
That's amazing, man.
And it speaks to Lucanio, it speaks to the players around him, but he is a finisher, and so good to have so many finishers on the field at the same time.
And he's also done it in big tournaments. Like, if you think back to the tournaments he's played in, it's a 2019 Rugby World Cup, British and Irish Lions Tour, and a 2023 World Cup. So he's scored important tries. It's not like he's sort of been in an area where we've lost a World Cup. He's been involved in this
the pinata, yeah,
8 years where he's just like, or how many years where he's just been scoring tries consistently for the Springboks, which is something I've never done. So I've got to tip my hat to him.
John's coming out of retirement, I think, and he could. We're looking at the shape you're in, buddy. I think you probably could do that. Absolutely amazing performance by the Portuguese. I think we've got to tip our hats. And, of course, the Springboks achieving some massive milestones, showing some young blood with a lot of fire. We are happy on a Monday morning like this.
There is no better time to be a South African than right now. The gents told you everything that was really exciting, and I'm about to tell you some more really good news when it comes to Lotto. Your Monday could be absolutely memorable when you play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot. Now, luckily, there are many ways to buy your tickets, so let me run through them with you. You could go in-store, or you could head to the nationallottery.co.za website. You could also head to the mobile app and do the best things you know how. You can purchase a ticket through your cell phone banking or simply by dialing *120 *7529 hash for all USSD. Now, all these details, of course, are on our social media pages. You can find us at Expresso Show, so go check them out and panda pusher play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot today, and you could win big. I'm sending you all the good energy. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Well, listen, we also have so much coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to get into the secret of healthy-looking skin, and I know you're going to want that, especially in this cold winter season. Speaking about a cold season, we're also going to be cooking. We're back in the kitchen, baby, and we're making some Turkish dumplings. They're going to be so good. I mean, look at that. It just looks so mouth-watering, but you are not being left out, okay? We're going to do the recipe that will be found on expressoshow.com, so stick around to find out exactly the details in the making. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Good morning, goeiemorgen. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and let's talk about your skin. Now, unlocking the secrets to healthy, radiant skin is more than just a beauty regimen. It's a journey of self-care and well-being. And join us as we delve into the Aveeno quiz as we get our skin ready to take on winter with Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion, clinically proven to intensely hydrate for 72 hours. Here we got Raul and Carissa going head-to-head. Let's start off with this particular question, and I do need something from you. So, Ryle, when you're ready to answer, Can you give me a skin-related?
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yes.
Mine's going to be glow.
Glow. And yours would
As
be?
in like a pink?
Just like a word that you feel like would be correct.
Hydrate's too long, isn't it?
I feel like that's a good one, though. Hey, glow and hydrate. That's great.
Hey, you can say that fast.
I like that. Okay, glow and hydrate.
Yes.
Perfect. I like
Ready.
that. So the first one is, and this is true or false,
Okay.
the skin is the second largest organ in the body.
Hydrate.
What's your answer?
False.
That is correct. Congratulations. False.
Nice.
The skin is the largest human organ in the body with a surface area of 2 meters squared.
Wow.
2 meters squared. Sure.
Impressive, eh?
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
That means that my skin is 4 times taller than I am. Just makes sense. I think it's like that. So, anyway, true or false, and here it comes. Infants' skin loses water more easily, making infants more prone to dry skin.
Glow?
Glow, what's your answer?
I don't actually know.
True or false?
I just want to try answer before Chris.
Disqualify
I think
him.
it's I think they do, so I think it's true. I think
True.
it's true.
Well done, a point to you. True. Since infant skin is thinner than an adult's, they lose water more easily and they are at greater risk of dry skin. 1 point to each of you. I'm very proud. The next one is the disruption of the skin barrier leads to dry and itchy skin. So I need 3 external factors, in your opinion, that may disrupt
Hydrate.
the skin barrier. Talk to me.
Okay, I'm
One.
thinking air conditioning. I'm thinking dry, cold weather like winter. And I'm also thinking maybe like really hot showers.
I'll tell you that 2 of the 3 are spot on and on my list. However, actually, no. Actually, all 3 are there, which means she gets the point. No. If I think about it, because, okay, so take a listen, because you said hot shower, which is
Yes.
extreme temperature,
Thank
which
you.
means both on a weather level and, of course, the water level. So well done to you. Weather, environment as well, air conditioning or heating, exposure to sunlight, chemical or physical damage, harsh soaps, detergents, physical friction.
Oh.
Yes, which is not a problem for you because you don't wear many, like, sort of items
Yeah, but
on top.
I sometimes rub
That's fine.
myself up on a mountain, so that might
that's
cause
true.
some friction, you know, like...
Let's continue. You naughty. Next one, true or false? Dry skin can progress into eczema-prone skin if not treated timelessly or adequately.
Glow?
Glow, answer. True. Correct. Well done. Point to you.
I was going to say false.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a tricky one, actually.
Okay, so here's another one, true or false. So here it comes. Aveeno is the first to discover the prebiotic effects of colloidal oatmeal on skin benefits.
Hydrate.
Hydrate, what's your answer?
True, true,
Well
true.
done, spot on. Let's go on to question number 6. We're flying through this. Next one, colloidal oatmeal is a single ingredient that show multiple benefits. Name one of these benefits, please. Who's going first?
Glow?
Glow, what's your answer?
One of the benefits would
Yes.
be hydrated skin.
Okay.
As hydrate, I was going to say that. I approve.
Hydrate is kind of there because I believe that hydration is part of maintaining a strong skin barrier, which is actually one of the things on my list. So I'm going to give you like a half-ish point.
I'll take a
like
half.
a quarter
I'll take
point.
a
Is that
half.
okay with you?
Yeah.
So this is restoration of the skin barrier, and I know the skin barrier requires moisture and hydration. So the skin has a microbiome that's very sensitive. We don't actually take that seriously, so balanced microbiome, that's what the oatmeal does, and then it helps reduce redness and itchiness as well.
Oh, okay.
That's great,
Nice.
eh? That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Next question. Are you ready? Here it comes. So this is what I'm looking for. Let me give you a setup first. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion is formulated with triple oat complex. Name each component of the triple oat complex. Who's going first?
She is. Chris is going first.
I'll take it.
Okay, this is a toughie, but let's go for it.
Components of the triple oats complex. So oat milk, oat...
Keep on rolling, keep on rolling.
Ice cream,
Oh, that would be nice. What else is like? Is it
like breakfast.
Okay,
husk or something? I don't know
so
what it is.
let me give you the answers. And this was a tough one. Can I just agree? It was a toughie for anybody to jump in here. But oat extract is so extracted. So the oat extract, it's the redness is reduced with oat extract and itchy skin. So that's number one.
Okay.
Then oat oil. So oat oil, it locks in moisture, protects against moisture loss, and induces ceramide production within the skin.
Okay.
And then oat flour is a constituent of this. Natural, it's hydration, nourishes the skin. It's humectant as well, and presenting an integrated approach to skincare. This is what you should use is oat flour.
Wow, okay. Can we just give a shout out to oats right now, not understanding that they had so many healing benefits? Whoa.
It's not just breakfast.
Yeah.
Hey, and then the next one is for you. Okay, it's a quick fire one, so best of luck.
okay.
Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion relieves itchy skin within how many seconds?
Whoa.
Hydrate.
Hydrate, what's your answer?
3.
Glow's going to go with within 10 seconds.
I'm going to have to go to the closest to the pin here. The answer is 60 seconds. Technically, you're closest. Congratulations. Well done. 60 seconds. No, but I think it's because you believe in the product. It's going to work fast.
Well, it
I like
sounds
that.
so incredible, and hearing about it and being educated, I want to get my hands on some of this stuff immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
This is great. So well done to these incredible opponents, and they have great skin for a reason. That's why they were so knowledgeable. And you can have great skin too, as long as you know exactly what's going on. So our skin is our largest organ. So it is important to keep it nourished, soothed and hydrated so you can maintain a healthy skin barrier. Aveeno products are dermatologist tested and cater to every skincare need, from normal to dry skin, very dry and itchy skin, and eczema-prone skin, and it is suitable for all ages. Taking an active approach to restore and strengthen your skin barrier, enabling you to embrace your healthiest and most comfortable self. Now remember, we don't just talk about these things. I'd like you to win. So another lucky viewer stands a chance at winning themselves an Aveeno hamper to the value of 1,900 Rand this week. To enter, simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Instagram pages by answering the question. Don't forget to tag Aveeno South Africa and make sure you follow their pages as well. It's very, very important. You'll find the question on our social media platforms, by the way. So get clicking, and T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin. Relieve itchy skin in just 60 seconds with Aveeno's Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. Aveeno.
Oh, thank you so much, team. Now, welcome back to the kitchen. I know it's early in the week, early on a Monday, but I'm going to put it to you. Are you ready to elevate your cooking skills with a touch of gourmet? Well, it's a lot easier than you think. Today, we are making mouth-watering dumplings paired with a zesty, spicy citrus butter sauce. Sounds like a lot, but it's actually a little. A simple dish with a massive, massive amount of flavor. So I need someone with a bit of spice to come and help me make it.
The spice is here.
I hope you're ready. You're going to be the flavor combiner this morning, okay?
I like that.
So the key to making really good dumplings, I've discovered, is get a chef to make them for you, okay? So that's what I've done. I've gotten our amazing team to make us some amazing dumplings.
Half the work done.
We want to have a little bit of fun with the sauce here, just to show how easy it is to elevate your flavors to that kind of next level. So we are using our full cream modified butter spread, and I want you to pop 5 tablespoons in there. That's obviously the oil that's going to carry the flavor. And I think I learned this from our chefs cooking curries. Like the oil, the fat that you are going to use throughout the meal carries the flavor. So get those spices into the fat as early as possible so that flavor can really kind of sing through.
You said 5, right?
Yeah, I think you can be... Well, you can go crazy,
I can go crazy,
You can do whatever you want, Carissa. Why? Because you're the girl at the helm, okay? That actually looks great. Maybe squeeze one more in there, and I think we are doing well. You've got to have a certain amount of kind of eyeball space to play with in this game.
Let the ancestors lead you.
And trust me, you can't go wrong with this flavor profile. And this will probably start getting those creative juices going for other sauces and ways that you can have a little bit of fun. Okay, so we've got some tomato paste going in. And I love the fact that when you cook the tomato paste through first, you get so much more out of the flavor. Then I'm going to pass you down some paprika and some smoked chili. And then we are going to... I'm going to let you zest this first, and I'm going to chop it up.
I've never zested a lemon before.
Have you never zested before? It's our first zesting, and it's live on air. You are here for something truly remarkable, momentous.
It might be disastrous.
Look, for TV value, whether it goes right or wrong, it's great. I don't mind. Okay, so use the zesty side. So you're going to take the lemon down that kind of harder grating edge. That's it. Yeah, I know. Just be very, very careful. Your nails look amazing, so don't play around with those. No, you're doing it. Just keep going. No, you're doing it perfectly. You just got to give it a bit of oomph. I can see little bits of zest going through. Just back yourself, girl.
I can smell it. Okay.
There we go. You've just got to back yourself. And we want that lemon kind of counterbalance there. There's a lot of strong flavors. You want that. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you. The encouragement is helping.
I'm going to be your hype girl, man. I'm always there to be your hype girl. That's looking good. Then what we're going to do is, and once you've got the majority of that zest in, and you'll see, well done.
It's on my finger now.
There we go. And you can feel it. You can kind of smell that scent in the air. Then I'm going to chop this little one in half, and you're going to give us a squeeze. Luckily, it's seedless. Give us some of that lemon juice in there, and then we can turn that heat down, and literally all we are doing is infusing the flavors. We don't really have to cook this. We just want to release those flavors together, but it looks good.
It smells good, too.
I know.
So both sides of the lemon?
I think that's all right, eh? Okay.
I don't know.
Who knows,
Tell
man?
me,
Who
Greg.
knows? We can push the boat out. You know your flavor profile. I would have a little taste as we go. Absolutely beautiful. So you can bring it down to a low heat. And then we start combining the flavors. I
Amazing.
absolutely love it. And we've got our beautiful lamb dumplings here.
Oh, that's going to look so good thrown on top of the
Those
dumplings,
look amazing,
I
I
think.
know.
Okay, let me just get these
You're working through
tomato
your sauce.
paste. Yeah.
I'm looking at our beautiful finished product here. It is absolutely exquisitely put
Okay.
together. So I don't know if we're going to be able to emulate
Ours isn't
our amazing
too
foodie
far
team to
off.
that degree, but we'll give it a shot. I think for TV, I think that's perfect. Well
this what,
done.
just throw it on top?
All right, so very carefully.
You
Taste
trust
that.
me?
I do. After seeing you handle the zester, there is nothing that you
That was
can't
it,
do.
me selling it to you. Okay.
I love like even just burnt butter flavors on its
Yeah,
own,
that's
even with
true.
just like a sage and a butter that you've kind of pushed to it starts to get
Really
brown.
good.
Absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love the fact that you've got the mixed consistency and, okay, you've used our little teaspoon
I'll
there,
wipe
so
it
I'm
off
going
for
to...
you. I got you.
Because everyone knows I was
You're my
about to
hype
nick
girl.
out.
I got
And then
your back.
looking at that, we just want to finish it off just with something to temper the heat,
Yes.
so to speak. Look at that.
And the colours coming together are just so wonderful.
Oh, it looks beautiful and it absolutely pops and sings, like you say. And that we almost made all on our own. Have a little look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Do you want to try one of the dumplings?
I kind of do.
I feel like you've earned the right.
Thank you. After that zesting, I mean, such hard work, you know? Let's get into it.
Okay, I never want to take the opportunity for someone to use chopsticks away from them. Can you actually use chopsticks?
From zesting
Is this
to
going to be another first on the show?
Okay, it's not a first, but
You can do this.
it's like when people tell you to breathe and then you forget how to do that.
I think we could have even given a little bit more.
You know what? God gave us our own
Exactly, he
utensils.
gave us
I'm using
5 chopsticks on each hand to use beautifully. How's that?
That's really good.
That's really, really good. I think the bottom line is you can let the flavors sing with just a little bit of fun, a little bit of prep time in the kitchen, and a little bit of butter. You can raise the level completely. A bit of heat, but not too much.
Yep.
If you want this ingredients list, you can head over to expressoshow.com. You can get a play-by-play, the full ingredients list, and start having a little bit of fun. Push the boat out. This is really simple to make. Just 5 ingredients it took us for a spectacular result.
Yum. I'm
Now
going
I
to add
feel
some
like-
lemon on top. You should have some.
Well done.
Introducing the all-new Clover Full Cream Butter Spread. Smooth, creamy, and effortlessly spreadable. Butter up your day with Clover Butter Spread.
That recipe on expressoshow.com, it looks delicious, but still ahead for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got the Paris Olympics starting soon. We want to give you a proper introduction. Plus, of course, we've got some fitness. Tonay Marinas is here to take us through our paces, so make sure you stay there. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
This is Expresso, and just get yourself ready because we are going to be chatting about the Paris Olympic Games. It gets underway from the 26th of July to the 11th of August, and this year's spectacle marks a historic milestone, achieving numerical gender parity with equal numbers of male and female athletes, which is super significant and definitely something that we can't just disregard. It's amazing.
It's a new baseline.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but it feels like everything's shifting up, and we are here for that, and we are certainly here for the Olympics. And I know the athletes are there for the Olympic Village. Apparently, it's really special if you're an actual athlete, being able to go into that village. And of course, for the Paris 2024 Games, it will not only provide top-notch accommodation, as you'd expect for the athletes, but will also create a new urban area for the city. And this is designed to reflect Paris 2024's high environmental standards. This village will benefit both the athletes and the people of Saint-Denis, where it is situated. But you need to kind of see it to believe it. Take a look.
This is the Paris 2024 Olympic Village.
Come with us on a behind-the-scenes tour of where this summer's Olympic athletes will be
Sleeping
eating
and training.
And we'll show you how all the facilities have been designed with the future in mind.
The Olympians will be staying in these apartment complexes.
Oh, man. Look at that. It's a beautiful place, honestly. So it's going to have this great way of making a sustainable Olympic Games, but also to ensure that tourism in the area is also boosted, which is wonderful. Brilliant. So now, what is the Olympics without the opening ceremony? Let's not forget that. Let's take a look at some of the outfits you'll see this Friday, including our very own Team South Africa. Take a look at this Akani Simbine. This one, we're ready for him.
What we need to do is show the other side of him so that we can see what the other athletes will see of him, like the back side of the outfits. I think would be quite nice. Now, representing Team South Africa with pride and excellence are our flag bearers, of course, for the opening ceremony. And first, we have Akani Simbine, obviously, our legendary sprinter, whose his time is coming. He holds the national 100-meter record. Understandably, he is incredibly fast, and he has been fast this year. And he has also achieved some success in this setting. He reached the finals in both the Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020 games.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So close.
And then alongside him is Captain Rusk. I can tell you that this one over here is phenomenal. A groundbreaking gymnast who made history in Tokyo and has continued to shine, and multiple gold medals and accolades. This is absolutely amazing. And then, of course, let's go through some of the countries. And I mean, the outfits have been really a center stage. If you look at the outfits, are not just sort of let's get the kit on. It's about representing the beautiful fashion from each. That's Team Czechia. Look at Team France.
It's beautiful, and it kind of embodies the style. That's quite cool.
There's Team Haiti as well. I mean, what I love about this is that now the Olympics are almost representing the Olympic Games of art and design.
Like this is high fashion, red carpet kind of a stuff. Team Mexico looking very funky, representing a very young team.
This one it went viral.
Oh,
Mongolia.
yeah, this took over the internet.
This is absolutely incredible.
Beautiful. We love Team Mongolia, Team Spain. I think a lot of the European nations stepping forward, fashion forward, hey? Very, very runway-ish. And then South Africa ready to dominate.
We like a simple look, man. You know what I mean? We don't want to be too flashy. We just want to get the gold medals. The thing is, our decoration, our fashion will be a gold medal.
Ooh, I like that. Just put those finishing touches. Athletes, I hope you heard. So we want you to get ready for all of the action on SABC Sport, free to the people.
Yes.
The Paris Olympic Games will air from the 26th of July, as Carl said, up until the 11th of next month on all 4 SABC TV channels and 19 SABC radio stations.
It's amazing. It's going to be incredible, so please don't miss any of the action. You can also follow www.sabcsport.co.za and SABC Plus for all the action. Good luck to Team South Africa.
Thank you so much, gents. Now, speaking about leading up to the Olympics and also the win from our booker not too long ago, we have to get into some form of fitness, right? So I'm hoping that if you're just waking up right now, you'll put on that fitness gear and come and join us on our mats. Because this morning, we're going to get into something mobility and also talking about the form, because when it comes to fitness, you do want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Now, proper form is crucial for effective workouts and also injury prevention, which is what we want, because we want longevity longevity in our workouts. And this morning we delve into common mistakes in basic movements, as well as how to correct them, because we brought in the experts to do exactly that, ensuring that you get the most out of your fitness routine. And right now, Danae Marinas joins me, and I told her, as per usual, to go easy on me. But listen, this morning I think it's fine.
Yes,
let's go in hard because I want to definitely do the right thing. Here's my hype man. You already heard. He's my hype girl. Danae, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Mobility, right?
Yes.
What is this good for and where do we start?
So mobility is something that I always advise clients to do before you are doing any kind of sport. Running, boxing, CrossFit, weight training, whatever it is that you are doing. And what mobility does is literally makes your joints mobile.
Okay.
So we want to create a full range of motion, and this will help your performance in any and everything that you are doing. So it is important to add this into your workout routine before you start your workout.
Would it be considered a warm-up? Or is that something different?
So a warm-up is normally used to increase your heart rate and to get your body nice and warm, but mobility is specifically focused on your joints and loosening up so you can get ready almost for your warm-up and workout.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start us with an inchworm. This is a very common exercise. A lot of people know this one. So we're going to start with our feet in line with our hips. Perfect. Go down into a squat-like position, hands on the floor, and then you're going to crawl all the way forward into a plank. And then crawl back, bend the knees, and stand up all the way. You can perform this for like 30 seconds each, and then 30 seconds aside, but we'll just do a couple this morning, all the way up. Good, down again. Keep that tummy nice and tight. Perfect, nice form. All the way up, let's do one more. Good, and then all the way back. Perfect. From this one, we're going to flow into our next one, so doing that inchworm again. You're going to take a big step forward next to your hand. If your foot can't get there, you can place the back one on the floor.
It feels like yoga.
Yes, so it's like a flow of movements just to get you perfect. Hand on the floor, we're going to switch sides. Step forward with the other leg. Perfect. Arm up. Tuck under. 2. Good, nice deep breaths and keeping the core nice and tight. Good, tuck under. Let's do one more. Good, and down. Hand on the floor, you're going to take that leg back. So the next one we're going to do is good for our shoulders, core, and hamstrings. We're going to lift the hips up, push the heels into the floor.
Oh, that feels good.
And drop down into a plank. There we go. Perfect. Up again. So you notice that these movements are repeated quite a couple of times because we want to get nice and warm, like I said. Back. Good. Oh. Perfect. Knees on the floor. We're going to take this foot forward again. This one is good for your ankle, which will help you deepen your squat and also your lunges.
Okay.
Just move your foot back a little bit more. Perfect. And what you're going to do is lean in as far as you can without lifting your heel. Perfect. And then come back. Forward. Good. And back. Forward again. 3. And 4. We'll switch sides.
So is this sort of mobility good for strength training, cardio, any sort of form of exercise?
Anything that you are doing, it is good for running because a lot of people struggle with like runner's knee or their ankles, their joints start to give in because of the impact that running has on your joints. So doing this basically just helps strengthen that and also reduces your risk at injury. Down like this. Okay, we're going to go this way. Onto your back. Okay, hands behind you like this, and then we're going to lift the hips up off the floor. This one is good for your shoulders, and what you're going to do is swing forward and back. Forward and back, perfect. 3, 4, let's do one more. Good, and down, perfect. Okay, onto the knees, please. Okay, we're going to take this one leg out to the side. Perfect, and then you're going to stretch all the way back, getting a nice stretch in your groin.
That also feels good.
Perfect, and then push forward. Good, back again.
I feel like even if you're not preparing to exercise, this would be a nice morning flow.
Yes.
Just to get, you know, the body a bit flexible.
It is good, and you feel good after as well. Back. Good, one more. Perfect, other side. We're going to put that one down, this leg out. Push back, forward. Good, 2 more. Last one. And there we go.
Incredible.
That is it.
Whew. The body is feeling good. I even feel a little bit zen.
I love it.
Goodness. And that was just part one of the 2 parts that we're going to bring you. This is mobility. We're still going to get into form.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so stick around for that. If you've just tuned in, grab your exercise gear because we've got more coming your way.
Behind the scenes of Feel Good Breakfast Show, as you can see, we go live on social media as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go live while I'm live. Sorry, that's hello to you on social media and to you on S3. So coming up, part 2, a lot more to get through. And then, of course, we want to empower youth to excel academically. So make sure you stick with us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That's for both of you.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are definitely feeling good because we're exercising this morning. You can see that I've come prepared, and hopefully you have too. And we're going to continue with Dane. We did all mobility, and I think we're warmed up now. We're feeling good to get into form, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, mobility is good for the joints. Form is good for
executing the movement. So the reason why your form is so important is because you want to build strength depending on what you are doing. So for example, strength training, your form is everything. You could be doing the exercise wrong, which doesn't benefit you at all. So making sure that you have basic movements like squats, lunges, push-ups and sit-ups correct in your form, you can build your strength on that.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so we're going to start the first one with a squat. So can I see your squat? No pressure.
Lord, all the pressure. Okay. No judgment.
No judgment.
Something like that.
Nice.
That's what I do.
There you go. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we want to remember when doing our squat is that you start with your feet in line with your hips. So a lot of the time people can't get the depth on this one because the stance is too narrow. So you can create a wider surface area and go a little bit wider, take the toes out. And what we want to remember is that we want to push our hips back and down while keeping your weight in your heels. So you do that same movement again, but just shift your weight back into your heels a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Chest up, shoulders back, and tummy tight. All the way down. Deep breath in, and then you breathe out as you extend all the way to the top. Let's go for a couple.
I don't know that I've done squats this slowly
There we
before.
go. Good.
I feel it even more.
That's perfect.
But now
you can
I'm
take your stance
focused
a
on
little
it.
bit closer.
Feet
Together.
in.
Yes, there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Let's do a few more. So pushing back. And also what you want to remember is that your knee never goes over your toes. So you want to have a 90-degree angle at the knee, keeping the weight in the heels. Perfect. There we go. That's it. Okay.
Now I feel like I've been doing squats wrong all my life.
There we go. That's it. Okay, the next one we're going to go through is a lunge. So this one is difficult in a sense for a lot of people because they lose their balance. But an easy way to remember this is that when you're stepping forward into your lunge, your hip width apart is, the distance here is important. So when you step forward, you step in line with your hip. So a lot of people cross over, and this is where they become off balance. So there we go, perfect. And then what you're going to do again is put your weight in the heel of the front foot, bend this back leg, so you're on the ball of your foot there, perfect. Bend this one as well. You're going to shift your body weight straight down. There we go, good. Push into that heel as you drive yourself up. That's it, perfect. So again, knees don't go over the toes, drop down into the heel. Good, and then that back knee is also in line with your hip. Let's do 2 more on this side, and then we'll switch legs. That's good, last one. Nice, okay, let's do the other side.
Okay. Oh, this side is tricky, I feel. Okay, leg out.
There we go. Nice, a little bit more weight on the front foot.
Front foot, and on the heel
On the heel, yes, there we go, perfect. And you also want to keep the tummy tight. Breathe in on the way down, and then breathe out on the way up. Let's do 2 more. Deep breath in and out. Last one. Perfect. There we go. Okay, the next one I'm going to take you guys through is a push-up. So this one, you'll start in a plank position just to get your hand placement right. So in line with the shoulders, feet apart.
I'll tell you right now, I've got 0 upper body strength.
Let's see. Okay, we can modify this one as well, which is great. Okay, so modified push-up, you are on your knees like this. So in that plank position, all you're going to do is just drop your knees down onto the floor. And that's where you are at, hands a little bit wider than the mat. Perfect, and then when you bend down, bend your arms down, you're going to keep your elbows slightly tucked so you don't take them out to the side like that. They are pointing like 45 degrees. Deep breath in, and then breathe out. There we go. It's good. Okay, we just want to take your hands a little bit more forward so you can lean slightly forward a little bit more. So you want a little bit of an angle there. Perfect. Okay, now bend, deep breath in. Yes, and out. Good. And on this one, over time, you can increase the depth of your push-up as you are feeling stronger. Good. Let's push for 2 more. Tummy tight, deep breath in and breathe out. Last one. Deep breath in and out. Perfect. That was really good.
Oh, thank you.
And you'll also notice that like your breathing is very important when you're executing movements. So you want to breathe into your muscle as you do the exercise, and when you breathe out is when you relax. Okay.
Right.
Next one we're going to do is
one more.
Okay, so on your back.
On my back. Okay.
Yes. So this one, you can start, this is the modified version, is when your legs are straight. So you can take your arms all the way back above your head, come all the way up. So you're pulling, as you come up, you're pulling your belly button into your spine. So you almost feel like you're rolling off the mat. Same thing when you're going down, belly button tucked, all the way back, all the way up. Perfect. And then to make this one a little bit more difficult, you can bend your legs. The closer your legs are to you, the more difficult the exercise is. So knees bent, arms back, all the way up, and touch. There we go. Good. Let's do a few more. 3. Nice. Good. Last one. There we go.
One more.
Okay.
I got you.
There we go.
Beautiful, Dane. Thank you so much for leading the way when it comes to form and mobility. It is really the most important thing before you even get into your workout. Make sure the joints are feeling loosey-goosey and make sure that your form is good to get the most effective workout. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
Where
having
can people
me.
find you online and stalk you?
Instagram, I'm Dane_Marinus, and then also my website is www.donefit.com.
Oh, and we're getting fit together, baby. Dane, thank you so much for that. Carl, over to you.
Well, the great thing is we no longer have to sweat over top prices because the Automobile Association, the AA, has welcomed President Cyril Ramaphosa's announcement that the government will expand the basket of essential food items exempt from VAT. The president said it would conduct a comprehensive review of administered prices, including the fuel price formula, to identify areas for potential reductions. The AA believes this announcement validates its calls for a review to address rising fuel costs. Currently, levies contribute R6.14 to every litre of petrol and R6.02 to every litre of diesel sold in South Africa. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa has signed the Pension Fund Amendment Bill into law, implementing the two-pot retirement system. This legislation introduces flexibility in retirement savings for South Africans. Starting September 1st, 1/3 of retirement contributions will go into a savings component, while 2/3 will be allocated to a retirement component. This change allows retirement fund members to access their savings without resigning. The minimum amount that can be withdrawn is R2,000. Now on to international news. Kenya's embattled President William Ruto has announced plans to form a new broad-based government following weeks of deadly anti-government protests triggered by an unpopular tax bill. However, 6 of the 11 ministers proposed in his address were from the cabinet he dismissed just last week. The protests, which resulted in more than 40 deaths, began in response to the tax increases. Although the government has withdrawn these proposals, the predominantly young protesters have broadened their demands, now calling for President Ruto to resign. Now, talking about presidents, US President Joe Biden announced last night that he is stepping down from the 2024 presidential race. In an online post, he stated that serving as president had been a great honor, but stepping down was in the best interest of his party and country. The 81-year-old president, who faced calls to resign after a debate against Donald Trump where he appeared frail, endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the next Democratic nominee. Harris thanked Biden and confirmed she would run for the Democratic nomination. And the Stamford Express, a 24-seater, 42-metre-long rowing boat crafted by a Swiss manufacturer for grand occasions, is poised and primed for the Olympics. This impressive vessel will be part of the Paris 2024 Olympic torch relay on Sunday. Normally seating 8, the Stamford Express will carry 23 rowers and an Olympic torchbearer down a section of the River Marne, just east of Paris, mere days before the Olympic Games begin. Although not part of the official competition, as Olympic rowing only permits solo pairs, 4s or 8s, the boat's snake-like movements and unique design make it a remarkable sight. The boat's participation in the relay highlights its special role in celebrating the Olympic Games. Now, that's it for your news action for now. Of course, another update in 1 hour. Let's take another look at your sporting action. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Carl. All smiles this morning as the Springboks concluded their incoming series with a dominant 64-21 victory over a very spirited Portuguese outfit in Bloemfontein on Saturday evening, scoring 10 tries. So Portugal, facing the Boks for the first time, in fact, scored 3 tries of their own, brilliant tries at that, showcasing some incredible growth as a rugby nation since they put their hands up during the last World Cup. And notably, 4 of the 7 Springboks making their test debuts scored tries, marking a very special start to their international careers. And of course, that man, Makazole Mapimpi, passed the great Jean de Villiers on the all-time scoring list as well. An incredible moment in rugby history. Let's look at another moment in rugby over the weekend, and we hate to report on these kind of moments. Sabu Nkorsi's career faces yet another major setback as he risks now a 4-year ban following a positive test for a banned substance. So Nkorsi missed Friday's Currie Cup match between the Cheetahs and the Bulls for personal reasons, but according to media, Nkorsi tested positive for an anabolic steroid used by bodybuilders and was one of 3 Springboks, in fact, tested by World Rugby in May. Now let's get back on the track for another moment in history as Oscar Piastri clinched his maiden Grand Prix victory in Hungary. That was after McLaren team's drama unfolded throughout. So Piastri led much of the race after emerging first into turn 1, following a 3-wide battle with Red Bull's Max Verstappen and his teammate Lando Norris, who was also on fire. However, Norris was pitted first during the second round of stops and then emerged ahead. So despite his reluctance, Norris eventually obeyed team orders on lap 68 of 70 to allow Piastri to retake the lead. So Piastri finished 2 seconds ahead of Norris, while Lewis Hamilton, he secured third, and in so doing a 200th podium after a late race clash with Verstappen. He still got it. Now, American Xander Schauffele won the British Open, claiming the second major championship of his career just 2 months after his first. So the 30-year-old Californian delivered a flawless final round of 65 at the Royal Troon on Scotland's west coast, emerging from a tight leaderboard to secure the famed claret jug. So Schauffele, who won the PGA Championship in May, finished at 9 under par, 2 shots ahead of England's Justin Rose and then a fellow American Billy Horschel. But yeah, currently playing the golf of his life. So congratulations to him. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour. The roads should be waking up. Let's get you to work safely.
Let's see your roads for the top of this hour. Well, in Randburg and Gauteng, there is heavy congestion on the N1 northbound between Winnie Mandela Drive and Malibongwe Drive, resulting in slow-moving traffic. Do allow for added travel time. Now, sticking in Gauteng, in Midrand, there has been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound after the ramp from the new road. The right lane is closed and delays of up to 24 minutes are expected. So again, plan your route accordingly. Heading into Cape Town in Athlone, there is congestion along the N2 inbound on Jakes Cadville. Maintain a safe following distance and plan your route accordingly. I think that's the theme this morning. Plan, plan, plan to make sure that you get to your destination safely. Let's have a look at your weather. Now, in environmental news this morning, it highlights the Grootspruit solar power plant in Machibeng, Free State, which is set to generate enough electricity to power 80,000 homes when completed. Now, the project, estimated to cost over 1.4 billion rand, was officially launched last week with a groundbreaking ceremony in Valkom. This new solar plant aims to address the energy crisis, with construction now underway and commissioning expected next year. It will contribute 75 megawatts to the Eskom national grid. Now, at the launch of the project, Executive Mayor of Machibeng Municipality, Thandukolo Kalipa, said with more projects in the pipeline, he envisioned turning Machibeng into the country's energy hub. Now, let's have a look at that sunrise view of this hour. This one was sent from Abeja Horatio. And look how beautiful it is with the sea, of course, coming through and the sun just ahead of that. GQ is being well represented right now. Thank you so much. And we still have more morning views to get through, so do share yours with us on 0634088863. We'll delve into that in the next hour. For now, though, let's have a look at your temperatures as to what you can expect in your weather today.
Beautiful, moderate 23.
Yeah, very, very moderate for Uppington. But remember, if you had any idea as to what to wear, that changed everything. Just wear layers today.
Layer
That's all.
up.
Yep.
All right, well, maybe you need a bit of help in that regard. Let's give you some bank. Your Monday could be memorable when you play daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot today. Come on.
Okay, luckily there are many ways to buy your tickets. Okay, we're going to scan through a couple of them.
Okay.
You can walk in store, but obviously that's with your layers on. Don't forget, it's cold. nationallottery.co.za, there's a nice warm way to enter. And then, of course, mobile app that works too. You can also purchase a ticket through your cell phone banking or by dialing *120 *7529# for USSD with your layers.
And now we can't give you the winning numbers, but we can give you a sunny disposition and And all of those details on the Expresso social media page is a great place for content any day of the week, but today especially. So go and check them out, and then Panda push a play for that daily Lotto, estimated at 450,000 Rand in jackpot today. You could be winning really, really big.
You know when you win, you like to sing, right? You like
and
now,
dance even, yeah.
We've got the perfect individuals to allow you to sing along with, because if you look over here, Heather's musical's coming up, and we have these individuals performing for you. They are ready to rumble, and these are the Waterfront Theatre School talents, the talents of the future in South Africa, and I think a little culture is very important for a Monday.
Oh, and a lot of energy.
Right?
We could feel them enter the studio before we could see them. There is something palpable about this group. Yeah, there's a lot of power and a lot of energy. Just like within the workforce, if you can tap into where young people are at right now. And we often put academics second to that entrepreneurial spirit. We need those guiding, leading minds to be as sharp as possible. And you are going to introduce us to an incredible organization that is becoming that true north. We will empower young people on the other side of this.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen, we're just kind of getting into the show right now, and we definitely have to tick off the box of youth empowerment, because that is what Expresso is all about. Now, as the saying does go, the future is in our hands. So this morning, shining a light on a remarkable organization called Ikamba Youth that focuses on empowering the next gen through innovative educational programs.
So we've got two very incredible individuals who will be taking us through. We've got Lungile Zimakade, who is here, the Western Cape District Manager of Ikamba Youth. How's that for a title on your email? You! And then Nelen Chinka is here as well, dedicated intern from the Masiphumelele branch, joining us to share their experiences and insights on how Ikamba Youth is making a significant impact on the lives of many. I can tell you, look at the signatures on the emails are huge.
Wow. Can I also get in there somehow? Come out. If there are any openings, just let me know. Let me know, and I'll be right in there.
And just to share, Melissa, it's new. I've just been promoted
Oh,
recently.
they must change the signature. It's most of the email body anyway. It's great. Well done, man.
Well, maybe I could start with you, Lungile, about, just Ikamba in general. I know it means future, and that is what you're all about, making sure you shine a light on the future, making sure that path is so bright with certain initiatives and programs that you do. So I'm curious as to how this works, how you go about doing it.
Absolutely, Melissa. As an organization, we are on a quest or on a sort of a mission just to create, we want to see this environment, this community, this world where young people have got access to opportunities. So that's basically what we're trying to do, and we are stealing from, you know, our own father, Tata Nelson Mandela. We're using education as a tool, you know, to sort of try to see if we can be able to fight some of these injustices, some of these inequalities that are happening within our townships. So basically, within our program, we are involved in a lot of things, but just for the sake of the show, to just mention a couple of highlights within our programming, we've got our core, which is academic tutoring. So we've got a pool of volunteers, very motivated young people that just come from different universities across the country that come each and every afternoon, each and every Saturday morning to assist a township learner. So within that, of course, you can't just tutor a learner. You find out something else. That's what happens when you're involved within the township. Sometimes you find out, actually, once I tutor this learner to make sure that they pass, they need to go to a university. Right. And that's where career guidance come in. Oh, the world now is changing too. You know, there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of technology. Yeah. That's where our computer program also comes in. You also realize that some of these learners are coming from broken homes, so they need some sort of a life skills that needs to come into play. And that's when our life skills workshops and stuff and some sorts also do come into that. So we're trying to see if we can be able, you know, to cover each and every aspect, just to make sure that every learner have got a good chance to be able to make it for themselves.
Sure.
We can tell why you're promoted.
Yeah,
okay. That paragraph you gave us is great. I think, you know, Carissa and I will volunteer when we'll chat to you. But we first have to get the email with a large signature. But Nelly, I know that you are an intern. I'm sure this particular program means so much to you. So personally, you've been able to see the impact. And so tell me a bit more about the actual practical on-the-ground feel of what Ikamba Youth is doing and what it means to you.
What it means to me is very personal because I've lived its mission personally. I come from a township that's called Masiphumelele, where the youth thrives to find quality education, and I myself have been in that position and has been able to go to a prestige university, which is called Stellenbosch University, with the help of Ikamba Youth. So my work and what I do at Ikamba Youth is a way of me paying it forward to the youth because I've been where they are currently.
Wow. Can I touch on that real quick? Because I feel like you just went right past it. Just in terms of the impact of Ikamba Youth, you know, like you said, in your high school years and then opening the doors for you to be able to study a little bit later. And congratulations on your degree.
Thank you.
Can you delve a little bit more into that? How did it empower you? How did it give you the skills and tools to take on the next chapter?
So I started in high school, and at the time I was struggling with my subjects, and then I went to Ikamba Youth. But I found a family, I found other successful stories, because I'm not the only one that's at Ikamba Youth. And even when I was at university, I was able to go back to them and draw motivation to carry on. So it has impacted me quite a lot. I also have my brother who has joined the program now. It's become a family thing.
Wow.
And for many families, so yeah.
Incredible. Oh, I love that.
It really is great, and I feel that inspiration as well. Lungile, just to wrap things up, I think that the reason why we're talking about this, you know, is because, not because we like you, it's because we want people to come through and help Ikamba Youth. We want more people to hear about what you do. So you've got many challenges. I'm sure a lot of them are around operational costs, around people coming through and tutoring. So if you were to speak to the nation, which you are right now, what would you like to say to kind of bring in some more help for Ikamba Youth?
Absolutely. Not even just for Ikamba Youth, you know, this call, you know, it's a call for all of us within the country to just do something, you know. There's a lot of problems that we've got within our communities. So if you're a young person out there, please just make sure you are involved, you are doing something just to change someone's life or to change the status quo just a little bit. But just to mention basically around about Ikamba Youth, for example, we would struggle to get, you know, our tutors, our volunteer tutors. So what we usually do, we go to nearest universities, we recruit, we need to get the best. That's basically what we want. So if you want to support us, want to be involved with what we do, they can go through our website. All the information is there. Another space that I can also mention just a little bit quickly, Carl, it could be the funding, for example. The funding environment have shifted quite a little bit. We can still feel the implications of COVID-19 up until this date, where a lot of companies have sort of shifted, you know, the focus to health, which is very important still at the same time, but we can never run away from the fact that education also still is very important for the country. So the funding space is slightly very tricky. We are doing quite a lot of things, you know. For example, now we've got a Baker Party campaign. As an organization, we are finishing 21 years now. So the Baker Party campaign is called You Donate 21 Rands or More to celebrate Ikamba Youth 21 years of excellence. So yeah, so we've been pushing quite a lot of things just to make sure that we keep the program going. The mission is to make it bigger. We need to have Ikamba Youth in each and every township around South Africa and in each and every corner where the young people, they can just access all these services easily and be able to flourish. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Tangile Nelly, for being here. What an inspiration for this morning.
Right, and of course, large email signatures, but now you need to make a large difference in your community and make sure you spread the word of Ikamba Youth. Let's look after our future.
Incredible. It really does bring to bear the power of having a mentor at the right time. What these moments in our path can really mean. So this speaks to the question we put to you guys this morning. We wanted you to fill in the blank. I don't remember everything I learned in school, but I will always remember what? We wanted you to send some voice notes to 0634088863 or drop us a note on any of our social media platforms. And Lorika weighed in. She said this: my grade 1 teacher that believed in me and taught me to believe in myself. As a child that started school a year earlier than the rest, she helped me realize that there was nothing the rest of the kids could do that I couldn't do. She was not just an educator, but a daytime mama. She laid down a solid foundation for me to build on. This was 38 years ago. Betsy Hutting. Oh, Miss Hutting, thank you so much. I absolutely love that. Candace taking a slightly different path here. I'll always remember the smell of a new school bag here, or stationery. Absolutely love that. The colourful classroom of grade 1, 100%, and the friends. You can still phone them up. You can still look them up on one of the social media platforms and connect with them. Go and do it. I love that one. Nazli saying the teachers that treated me well, and then one who was very cruel. That day I made a promise to always be kind to my learners, and I followed that for 40 years. I retired last year. Nazli, thank you for your dedication and your service and for living that ethos. This really does hammer home how important those rare, just individual moments are, the effect that you can have on someone else's life at a critical moment in their journey. So just keep that in your mind. But thank you so much. Keep those beautiful comments coming this morning. You can drop us a voice note or you can hit us up on the socials. At Expresso Show is the handle to use.
Thank you so much, Gray, for that. It's a beautiful look into our Good Morning Post. And for now, we know that it has been a wet July. It's been so chilly, especially in the mother city. And it's going to get even colder going into August. Now is the perfect time to gear up for the winter sniffles with Carenza Parasi, as they make you a double winner with a 3-in-1 effervescent tablet, specially formulated for the relief of mild to moderate pain, fever, and nasal congestion.
Plus, wait, there's more. I've always wanted to say that. They're also giving you the chance to win 4,000 Rand in cash. So simply tell us how Carenza Parasi helps relieve your cold and flu symptoms. And don't forget to use the hashtag #AdcocOTC, winter in your answer. Competition closes 26 July. T's and C's, of course, do apply. And here's more info as to how to enter.
Got a cold or flu? Effervescent Carenza Parasi has got your back, specially formulated to effectively relieve pain, fever, and nasal congestion. And to make you feel even better, 2 lucky viewers each stand a chance to win 4,000 Rand cash by answering the questions on the Carenza Parasi competition post on the Expresso social media pages using hashtag #AdcocOTC winter in your answer. Competition closes 2nd August. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
So we're going to have a little bit of fun. I think we have celebrated a lot this morning, and with good reason. We love to embrace the talent of young people. And of course, we have got a theatre school that has birthed, I think, more young stars than any other, about to produce their latest show. And we get just a little taste for you this morning. And I did warn you, it comes with a lot of energy. The first of many musical performances, and we are here for that. Monday for what? We'll see you on the other side. Stick around.
Be your own handy hero at home this June and stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand every week with Plascon and the Expresso Morning Show. Answer the weekly competition question on our social media platforms using hashtag PlasconSA to enter the draw. You can only win if you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Weekly entries close midday Fridays. That's 4 chances to win big with Plascon. T's and C's to be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Because we do it every day as we continue to celebrate the legacy of Tata Madiba in July, highlighting the values of empowerment and community upliftment in the most authentic way. We are very excited to have Jen Mackay, the founding director of Inclair Art, a non-profit organization aimed at developing both artistic and entrepreneurial skills. The two need to merge among the youth from impoverished backgrounds in the Imizamo, Yetu and the Hungberg areas of Hout Bay, a hotbed of creativity right now. If you could see the street art in that area, you will understand. By providing these artists with essential skills and opportunities, Inclair Art empowers these individuals to not only create gorgeous, meaningful art, but also to become catalysts for positive change within their communities. And Jen is joined by two remarkable artists and beneficiaries of this amazing program, Mark Tondori and Blessing Piri. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much. Even as I introduce what you are doing, and I spend a lot of time in Hout Bay, I've worked with some of the street artists in that area. It's a mecca. What brought Inclair Art about?
Thank you for having us. It's been such an incredible journey, and I have to say, nothing was intended. It all just kind of, evolved
it's organic.
organically.
It's organic.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So we've been going almost 10 years now, I think.
Wow.
And we started much smaller, and now we've over the last 10 years we've built these amazing relationships where we have a studio gallery in the Fine Art Africa gallery next to the Bay Harbour Market. So we have some really world-class artists among us, and a lot of the street art that you see in that area is ours. So we do a lot of mural work as well as fine art. And I think it's just one of those things that grew out of a need and a creative pool of people coming together, like-minded young people coming together.
Blessing, maybe I can start with you.
Yeah.
What has your experience been like working within the Inclair Art family, I'm going to call it? What has this brought about in your journey?
For me personally, since I joined Inclair, I felt like at home. When I came in Intle, I felt welcome, I felt appreciated. When I was in high school, I used to only draw, but when I got introduced to Intle art, I was able to start painting, learn business skills, entrepreneurship skills, life skills. So it's been amazing.
What changes happened in your life, Mark? How has this kind of galvanized you?
Personally, on my side, I used to do a lot of art, but the problem is I couldn't find a place where I could sell it. Because, you know, coming in as a young artist, it's usually hard to get your work out there. But with Intle art, it was such a smooth transition into starting to sell artwork, and it gave me the confidence as an artist to create more work and to also teach those skills to other people. So I think broke a lot of barriers which are usually in the art industry.
On the entrepreneurial side, in terms of creating this ecosystem around these artists, how are you getting that right?
So again, I think it comes from an environment of, in Hout Bay, we have a lot of talented young people, and across the country probably. But as Mark says, it's difficult to sell, it's difficult to learn the skills. And so for me, right from the outset, we've never looked at art as an extramural kind of activity. It's been more about sort of accepting that art is something that people can make a living out of. And if you're going to be making a living out of it, especially where there haven't been a great deal of academic opportunities into the formal art space.
Sure.
And as we often muse, because we've created a bit of a circular economy inside our organisation.
That's the South African way, yo.
Totally.
Micro-economies.
Absolutely, absolutely. So and because we're largely self-funded as well, there's a great deal of focus on what is sellable, what is marketable. We run all kinds of workshops, everything from financial literacy through to selling skills and how to talk to people. All our guys take turns to work in our market stall as well, where we sell art supplies. Absolutely. You're not just there being a pretty face with a paintbrush.
Blessing, maybe I can ask, I'll put it to both of you, because I would imagine there are a lot of young artists in your position, or where you were before Intle stepped in. What advice do you have for young artists out there who might be feeling that they don't have an opportunity, that they can't ever make it?
I would say chasing your dream is not easy, but it's what you do to make it possible.
Yeah.
Like, you have to put in the work, you have to be dedicated, you have to put effort. So it's all about hard work at the end of the day. For me, I feel like I wouldn't be here if I didn't put in the work.
And you can see the work. I mean, the incredible artwork for what you guys have created is absolutely amazing. But I know the community around you, those are going to benefit in ways that we can't even imagine yet because of the seeds that you're planting right now. So these are the kind of stories that we need to propagate and spread out there. Truly inspiring to hear about the incredible work being done by Intle Art. Go and connect with them right now. And of course, you can follow them, see the art firsthand. Intle Art on Instagram. That's at Intle Art. And then on Facebook at Intle Art as well. Go and check them out. I would imagine Jen responds to DMs. She seems like that kind of a person. Congrats to you on what you've achieved. And I love the fact that you are taking the first few steps in terms of what's still to come. So congratulations and well done. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so it's time for another episode of Handy Heroes. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, well, today the experts from Buco in Somerset West share their DIY hacks and valuable paint tips to help you make your next DIY project a massive success.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Buco, Somerset West in the Western Cape.
Buco Somerset West started in 1902, formed by the Miller family, trading under name W. Miller. Now, 122 years later, trading under the brand of Buco, making it one of the oldest hardware stores in South Africa. Our store is a destination store, especially on paint. Paint is one of our biggest categories in our store. And I think the reason for that is our sales staff. Our sales staff's got a knowledge and experience to give the customers the advice on all their paint needs and to finish their paint jobs. We also stock a big variety of paints and paint accessories, everything you need to complete your paint job. Customer service is one of our main focuses. Our customers is like our family. Our Plascon brand speaks to quality. It's got a variety of products in their range that will suit whatever you need in the paint section and will cover all your paint needs. Favorite Plascon product is definitely cashmere. Cashmere is paint that you can apply on a wall that's got imperfections. It will hide all the imperfections, saving a lot of time and money afterwards. I think that most people will tell you DIY tip for painting is preparation. If your preparation is not good, your paint will fail. Doesn't matter what paint you use at the end of the day. My DIY motto is attention to detail. Make sure when you finish the job, the detail is done.
Handy Heroes, powered by Plascon. Together, we've got this.
DIY projects made simple, and of course, all you have to do is grab yourself a Plascon product and make the changes that could change your life.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Micatex, strong enough to endure anything.
Time to take just a momentary hiatus before, yes, we are back to officially spill the beans. Yep, we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. Then I've been speaking about the energy level rising in the studio all morning. The Waterfront Theatre School is back with Heather's musical, and it sounds spectacular, just judging by the sound checks. And Katie Measures is going to be performing a hit, just a little excerpt from that incredible production, Shine a Light. So we're going to shine a light onto their amazing production, and I would imagine some future superstars on the way in an incredible production. So yes, take a breath and prepare yourself. Oh, that's what I've needed. Where were you like an hour ago? Come on, man.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
Two, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is so good to have you right now because joining us is some really exciting people. We've got Paul Griffiths, a partner of the Waterfront Theatre School, as well as director of the musical, and alongside him are three beautiful women, three cast members of the musical. We've got Rachel Saunders, as well as Azande Dube and Tide Hickman. You can see them being represented in the best way, and they're here to chat about their latest production. It's called Heather's the Musical. I think we got to give them a feel-good welcome. Come on. Wow, that was the loudest welcome we've ever heard on stage. They're here for you. The crowd is going wild for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Paul, maybe I could start with you, just talking about the Waterfront Theatre School, right? What gets you excited about being there? We're talking about creating. We're talking about putting together musicals and productions. What exactly goes behind it, and where are you at in your mind?
So what makes it exciting is the fact that we get to spend a Monday morning on a television program doing interviews, and then we get to be in performance and having fun. But the Waterfront Theatre School is very much about training young people, empowering them, people who want to go into the creative economy. It's a very competitive creative economy. And so part of what we realize is that to be competitive in that industry, you have to have a versatility of skill. So part of what we do at the Waterfront is we focus on making sure that the people who are coming through our program end up being multi-skilled with a diverse skill set that they can then apply to any aspect of the creative economy. So what we're doing now in this production of Heathers is we are showcasing the performing aspect, but it's not the only thing that we do. We also focus on creativity, developing creative entrepreneurship. And so part of what we have with this production is we have a full student technical team. The design has been done by someone who you're going to be seeing performing later this morning, Saskia Bormans. Our lighting design has been done by a final year student, Vickers Lowe. So the idea is to bring all the skills and to then put them into practice in the context of a production, and that's what we're doing at Artscape at the moment.
I love that. I'm telling you right now, Paul, you put so many parents at ease, because if any theatre kid goes to their parents, say, please, Mom, I just want to be famous. I love that you mentioned things like upskilling as well as entrepreneurship within the creative economy. I mean, that's what we need to see.
And in addition, we then also recognize that teaching in the creative arts is a massive opportunity. So our brand pillars are perform, teach, and create.
Wow.
And you're able to do all of those things in one program that's been specifically designed to make sure that you don't have to choose between one or the other, that you can do them all at the same time. Because we recognize that as freelance creatives, you have to be able to do a whole range of different things.
And if you don't, it will teach you that as you go along the journey.
Absolutely. So rather know it in advance than discover it when you're out there.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, Rachel, maybe we can come to you. Let's talk about what you guys are doing. Heathers the musical. What is it all about?
So Heathers is obviously the original cult classic movie. Winona Ryder, people know it and love it. And so it's really a story of sort of just teenagers figuring themselves out and social hierarchy and how do we navigate the world. And high school is sort of a very concentrated version of that because you are in such close quarters. So you get the best and the worst of humanity, and it follows the story of people trying to navigate that and figure themselves out. So it's really quite a... It hits quite home for us who are not so far out of school, and also for, you know, our parents, because it's set in the 80s. It's a very, like, real look back into their youth and the time that they experienced. So it applies to everyone.
Do you see how Rachel then did this when she referred to the older people?
She said the 80s.
The 80s. But it's very true. I mean, I definitely am not very close to school. But I matriculated in 1989, and so for me there is this nostalgia of the 80s, which makes it very appealing to me. So it has one resonance and relevance for me, and then a completely different...
I love that, across different audiences, different age groups. Azane, maybe I could touch on you. First of all, the green is your colour, girl.
Oh, thank you.
I want to talk about that adaptation into a South African audience, South African space. So like Rachel mentioned, Winona Ryder, the cult classic, it's in the US, right?
Yes.
How do we bring it home, and how do we make it appeal to our own audience?
As Rachel mentioned, it is very relatable across the board, across different generations and decades. It's set in the 80s. The musical was produced in 2010. And it's 2024 now, and everyone can kind of relate to the same topics that are being focused on in the musical. So it's quite interesting that the take that our lovely director, Paul, took is to make it as natural as possible and focus on the text itself, to make it super relatable to audiences in South Africa as well, because we all face the same challenges, growing pains. So I think everyone can definitely relate to this musical.
Oh, I love that. Tide, I'm going to hand this one over to you. I mean, you touched on growing pains, Sunday. Maybe some other themes that the musical does touch on, if you can recall any, you know, top of mind?
Yeah, it definitely touches on teen mental health, which is a huge thing, especially that we deal with nowadays. So it definitely makes it relevant. It touches on making the world a kinder place, I think is a huge topic. It deals with a lot of tough topics that need to be spoken about. It opens up a great conversation between parents and teenagers as well. So it's really, I think, an important musical for everyone to see. It has a really strong, beautiful message to send.
Oh, I love that. And I think it's so important that we use art in this type of way, right? Yes, we're here to be entertained, but also it opens up that dialogue between different generations to get along. I'm here for it. Okay, ladies, I'm going to send you off. Go prepare to give us a beautiful performance.
And I'll spread out on the couch.
Lie down, relax, enjoy yourself. Let's get into the tickets, where we can follow you, how we can get all the information we need. Give us that info.
So the wonderful thing is that at the moment, Heather's, the tickets for Heather's, it's the hottest ticket in town, and they're a little like hen's teeth. So we are sold out.
Oh, come on.
Which is very exciting. But on a daily basis, tickets are returned. And so if people are wanting tickets, and I would really encourage this call to action, check in with Web Tickets. The event is listed as Heather's the Musical with Web Tickets. There are daily returns, and so if you haven't got a ticket, there's still a chance. And then, if you don't get to see Heather's, don't stress, because the Waterfront Theatre School will be presenting another production, a dance show, at the end of August. And we'll be communicating details about that on all of our socials.
Amazing. Where can people find you online if they want to?
We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, and actually our Instagram account at the moment, it went viral. So one of the clips for Heather's went viral on both TikTok and on Instagram with over 5 million views.
If that is not enough to convince you to stay on Web Tickets and hope to get your ticket, this runs until the 27th of July. So we really hope that you get a seat, right? Well, for now, if you don't manage to do that, we're going to give you a sneak peek as to what you might be missing or might be seeing live. Here's a lovely performance by the team from Heather's the Musical.
Hi, we're from the Waterfront Theatre School, and this is Shine a Light from Heather's the Musical. Deep inside of everyone, there's a hot ball of shame. Guilt, regrets, anxiety, fears we dare not name. But if we show the ugly parts that we hide away, they turn out to be beautiful by the light of day. Why not shine, shine, shine a light on your deepest fear? Let in sunlight now, and your pain will disappear. Shine, shine, shine. Your scars and your flaws will look lovely because you shine. You shine a light. Shine, shine, shine a light. Every day's a battlefield when pride's on the line. I attack your weaknesses and pray you don't see mine. But if I share my ugly parts and you show me yours, our love can knock our walls down and unlock all our doors. Shine, shine, shine a light on your deepest fears. And your pain will disappear. Who wants to share what's in their hearts? No volunteers? Fine, I'll start. My name's Pauline, I live alone. My husband left, my kids are grown. In the 60s, love was free. That did not work out well for me. The revolution came and went. Tried to change the world, barely made a dent. I have struggled with despair. I've joined a cult, chopped off my hair. I chant, I pray, but life's not fair. So folks, I'm ending it there. Yeah. 1, 2, take me home, kids. Shine, shine, shine a light on your deepest fears. And your pain will disappear. Shine, shine, shine. And your scars and your flaws will look lovely because you shine. You shine. You shine a light.
Yes, ladies. Well done.
That was so good. And I can't wait to see more where that came from. Headers the Musical is, of course, coming your way right now because on the 27th is when the last show is. So make sure that you stand in line to hopefully get yourself a ticket. Well, listen, on our Feel Good Breakfast show, there's so much more that you can look forward to in terms of entertainment. I'm going to delve into entertainment news in just a bit. And we're also going to cover self-care. And we have to ask the question, is coffee part of your self-care routine? That's the question. Yes, no, yes? Okay, it's a resounding yes all around. We'll see you after the break.
Got a cold or flu? Effervescent Carenza Paracy has got your back, specially formulated to effectively relieve pain, fever, and nasal congestion. And to make you feel even better, 2 lucky viewers each stand a chance to win 4,000 Rand cash by answering the questions on the Carenza Paracy competition post on the Expresso social media pages using #@OTCWinter in your answer. Competition closes 2nd August. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. There is humour in every moment. Sometimes you've just got to pause and take it all in.
It's time to spill the beans.
That's it. That was a great voice, eh? The great voice of honor said it's time to spill the beans.
Spill the beans.
Here we go. So let's spill. What are we spilling?
All right. So we are starting our morning off with a strong coffee, as we do with the impeccable Jacobs Pure Instant Gold. I'll take my Jacobs any way, shape or form. I love it. But this I'm loving this morning. This coffee boasts unparalleled quality and a beautiful flavor profile. It's pretty much the perfect start to your day because for me, it's the button in the brain. Has that button been pressed?
I am ready.
You see.
I can smell colours. Thank you. This is great. What are we doing now? What's happening? Where are we?
I love that. Well, some people love a simple truth. And our question for you this morning is, do you consider coffee part of your self-care routine?
Yes.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes. Done. Next question.
In what way? Look, it does beg, because on this show, we've probably used coffee as an exfoliator. We use coffee in about 10 different ways. So it can actually be a part of your self-care routine. We know that. And it's got like antioxidants, all sorts of things. But for me, the emotional element is almost as important in our kind of rollout in the morning. You need those buttons to be pushed. To the point of like when I get to that off-ramp on the highway, I need to be thinking this and feeling that. When I walk into studio, thank you, Henny, I need a cup of coffee to press the on button. It really does work like that for me.
Absolutely. And I think that routine is self-care. Like that's something I always carry with me. If you skip it in the morning, I'm telling you that button's going to be switched off for the rest of the day. So if coffee is part of the process, then definitely go for that. But there are other ways too.
You've got great skin. I assume you use coffee.
Tell us, Carl, what is your secret?
All right, so what I do, because I have a little bit of stubble, it's important to exfoliate. So coffee scrubs are so great because what they do is they obviously take off the surface, the dead skin cells, but 100%. Also they put caffeine into your skin, and caffeine interacts as retinol that actually energizes skin a lot like it does us in the morning when we're trying to do a TV show this early.
Completely.
So I think caffeine as a particular source of energy boosting in the skin, helping elasticity and removing free radicals, I think it's fantastic.
It's zingy. It's zingy and it's organic. Right? I love the fact that once you're done with it, you're not putting microparticles back into the ocean.
There you go. And definitely not microplastics either. It's also good for under eyes. I don't know about you guys, but since I've started, my under eyes have been looking crazy lately. I need concealer.
I stopped
like
judging actually about 5 years ago, so it's okay.
So definitely use some coffee not scrubs, but some coffee granules under the eyes. You can place them there as a bit of a mask. And it will also, like you were saying, help rejuvenate, help wake you up, help make you look so much better.
I love that.
It's true. And do you know that coffee also in shampoos and conditioners as well? Once again, caffeine boosting the roots. What I said, the retinol injection. That's it. And so I think, coffee is everywhere if you look at that. So,
I mean,
coffee. Coffee is more than just sip it and wake up, right?
You want to pat
You want to pat everything. You want to pat my face as well, Well, let's go over to some of your comments on social media because I know a couple of people were definitely talking about self-care and coffee who are big yeses all over.
Chloe weighing in saying very, very important. 1 cup a day keeps the stress away.
Amen.
I see what you did there, Chloe. I see what you did. Nah, 100%. I agree with you completely.
Catherine Rue going, oh, for sure. Otherwise, jail is the next assumption. Catherine, you're not wrong there.
Hey, listen, that's a line. People, you might be on that line with one of your colleagues right now.
Be careful.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly today. And if you can see the coffee hasn't been flowing, just be careful, man.
All right, some more comments coming through from your side. Clarissa, not Clarissa. Clarissa.
Jacob's
yes, nogals. Oh, yes, definitely. It's the wake up for my body, mind and soul. Ooh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh, man, it ticks every box. Adelaide saying, I definitely consider coffee as my self-care routine, as it's an action that releases my mind and brings me some calmness.
Yeah.
And also a bit of clarity. I suppose, we keep going on about the buttons being pushed, but because we live in this mechanical space where you've got to kind of get your body and your emotions to work within this time frame, it's amazing how much these little kind of rituals, these little morning totems can actually make. You can turn your day around with one sip. And I will put my head on a block for that, man. I love it.
I feel that too. So, I mean, here's the self-care and your coffee. Of course, we have to do it with hashtag with Jacobs. And I mean, how about self-care is winning?
Yes.
Right?
And giving.
Giving and winning. It's all part of the self-care interchange.
The more you give, the better you are, and the longer you live. Don't quote me on that. Well, 3 lucky winners stand the chance to win a Jacobs Cadbury hamper valued at 500 Rand each. All you have to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us what's your Jacobs Kroning SA coffee order. Remember to use that handle at Jacobs Kroning SA in the morning, and how does it give you the courage to take on the day? Now, don't forget to use our hashtags. It's hashtags with Jacobs. The competition does close on the 26th of July. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. So happy entering, and make sure you have a cup of coffee in your hand while doing it.
Good luck.
This is so good.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
All woken up and ready for your last look at your news right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's start nationally. The South African Revenue Service, SARS, is closely monitoring Chinese online retailers operating in South Africa after discovering that they have been exploiting tax loopholes to undercut local competitors. These companies are accused of abusing the rule allowing clothing parcels valued under 500 Rand to enter customs with only a 20% import duty and no VAT. SARS Commissioner Edward Kisvetter reported reports that these practices have resulted in losses totaling about 3.5 billion rand. Now, the Automobile Association, the AA, has welcomed President Cyril Ramaphosa's announcement that the government will expand the basket of essential food items exempt from VAT. The president said it would conduct a comprehensive review of administered prices, including the fuel price formula, to identify areas for potential reductions. The AA believes this announcement validates its calls for a review to address rising fuel costs. Currently, levies contribute R6.14 to every litre of petrol and R6.02 to every litre of diesel sold in South Africa. On to international news. Bangladesh's top court has scrapped most of the quotas on government jobs that had sparked violent clashes across the country, resulting in over 100 deaths. Previously, a third of public sector jobs were reserved for the relatives of veterans from the 1971 War for Independence from Pakistan. The court has now ruled that only 5% of roles can be reserved for veterans' relatives. The government plans to implement the ruling within days, but some student leaders have vowed to continue protesting. Now, Kenya's embattled President William Ruto has announced plans to form a new broad-based government following weeks of deadly anti-government protests triggered by an unpopular tax bill. However, 6 of the 11 ministers proposed in his address were from the cabinet he dismissed just last week. The protests, which resulted in more than 40 deaths, began in response to the tax increases. Although the government has withdrawn these proposals, the predominantly young protesters have broadened their demands, now calling for President Ruto to resign. And in celebration of Mandela Day and, of course, month, 5FM joined the fight against hunger at the Sandton Convention Centre in Johannesburg last week. The station teamed up with Rise Against Hunger Africa, a charity that provided over 5 million meals in 2023. Popular 5FM presenters and staff brought an amazing vibe to Mandela Day, helping package thousands of food parcels. The result was astonishing. 5FM helped pack 582,552 meals as part of a group of just 3,100 volunteers. These meals will provide 5 meals a week for 2,532 children for 1 year while they attend the Early Childhood Development Program. So why not register on the Rise Against Hunger website today and make every day a Mandela Day? That's it for news and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a final look at your sport. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Carl. On that positive note, let's keep the good vibes going, and it doesn't get much better than a Springbok win. The Springboks concluded their incoming series with a dominant 64-21 victory over Portugal in Bloemfontein on Saturday evening, scoring 10 tries in the process. So Portugal, who showed an incredible amount of heart and fire facing the box for the first time, scored 3 brilliant tries themselves, showcasing the growth that's continued for this rugby nation post the World Cup. But notably for the Springboks, 4 of the 7 debutants making their test debut scored tries, making a very special start to their international careers. And of course, Makazole Mapimpi cemented his name in history, now the 4th highest test try scorer in Springbok tests in the world. Incredible stuff. Now we bring it back home for another rugby narrative that we don't like to report on. Sabon Nkosi's career faces yet another major setback as he now risks a 4-year ban following a positive test for a banned substance. So Nkosi missed Friday's Currie Cup match between the Cheetahs and Bulls for personal reasons, but according to media, Nkosi tested positive for an anabolic steroid that's commonly used by bodybuilders and was one of 3 Springboks tested by World Rugby in May. Now let's get back on the track where Oscar Piastri clinched his maiden Grand Prix victory in Hungary after McLaren team drama unfolded throughout the race, especially in those last few laps. So Piastri led much of the race after emerging first into turn 1 following a 3-wide battle with Red Bull's Max Verstappen and his teammate Lando Norris. However, Norris was pitted first during the second round of stops and then emerged ahead. And despite some reluctance, Norris eventually obeyed team orders on lap 68 of 70, allowing Piastri to retake the lead. So Piastri finished 2 seconds ahead of Norris, while Lewis Hamilton secured 3rd, and in so doing a 200th podium after a late race clash with Verstappen. Now let's turn to tennis. And Rafa Nadal lost his first final in 2 years, believe it or not, falling 6-3, 6-2 to Portugal's Nuno Borges at the clay court Borstar Open. So despite showing some signs of a return to form with an impressive run to the final, Nadal did struggle visibly with his serve and ground strokes. Instead of celebrating his 64th clay title and first since Roland Garros 2022, the Spanish great was dominated by Borges, was just 1 week before the Olympic Games tennis event in Paris. So we'll certainly watch this space and hope for a little bit of improvement. But that's where we leave our sport for this Monday morning. Let's take a look at the roads.
Thank you, Gray. Let's have a look at your roads for the final time this morning. And we head to Gauteng in Lenasia, where there is protesting action taking place in Lenasia, causing multiple road closures and heavy congestion through the Protea Glen areas. Do plan your route accordingly and avoid the affected areas if possible. Century City out in Cape Town, there is flooding before Sable Road on the N1 inbound, resulting in heavy delays from the Kraaifontein area. So make use of an alternative route if you can, and also expect some delays if you are en route. While Bellville in Cape Town is where we sit, there is congestion on the R300 North at Old Paarl Road. Delays are expected, so do allow for added travel time. Well, that wraps up your roads for this hour. Let's have a final look at your weather. Environmental news this morning highlights the Grootspruit solar power plant in Matjebeng, Free State, which is set to generate enough electricity to power 80,000 homes when completed. Now, the project, estimated to cost over 1.4 billion rand, was officially launched last week with a groundbreaking ceremony in Valkom. This new solar plant aims to address the energy crisis, with construction now underway and commissioning expected next year. It will contribute 75 megawatts to the Eskom national grid. At the launch of the project, Executive Mayor of Matjebeng Municipality, Thandokolo Kalipa, said with more projects in the pipeline, he envisioned turning Matjebeng into the country's energy hub. We'll definitely keep our eyes on that going forward. Now let's head into the final sunrise view of the hour. This one from Mitchell's Plain. Hello, Emilia, with this beautiful sunrise. Absolutely loving the gradient look of it, from pinks to oranges to that sky blue. Doesn't look like we're going to be experiencing any rain in the plain, which is really good to see. Continue sharing your morning views thus on 0634088863. And Emilia, we're wishing you a blessed day ahead. Let's have a final look at your temperatures for the rest of today.
No snide comments about Uppington this morning. We just love you. In fact, wherever you find yourself, we absolutely love you. Thank you for sticking around for 2 hours. We've got one more to embrace.
Right. So much coming your way in the form of entertainment. I'm going to delve into the world of entertainment news, because there is much to get through, from accusations to one of our Springboks, which I will not stand for, to so much more. I can't wait to get into it.
It's spicy, I like it.
Very spicy. And then a performance by these two incredible individuals. We've got William and Liesel, who are going to be doing something that's going to be very emotional. It's going to draw you in. I feel like you need to get tissues out already, get your singing voice ready, because we're going to be right back, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Are you a handy hero at home looking for your next project? This is your chance to get started by entering to win 10,000 Rand in cash each week from Plascon South Africa. Buy any Plascon product and post a pic of yourself with your product on social media with hashtag PlasconSA. Make sure you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Competition closes midday Friday, 9th August, so enter now. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm telling you, if you're not feeling good by now, by the end of this, you're going to feel like your best self because we got to get into entertainment news. I feel like I need a theme song for that. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like a really big, epic.
Yes, entertainment news with views from Carissa.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Make that official. Well, we're going to head into the first story, and it's all around our Springbok. I'm just saying, not too much on Damian Willemse, okay? I love the man.
Yes.
And I'm not the only one in saying that. Now, he is currently spending time abroad, rather, because he's nursing a bit of an injury, you know? He's got a damaged finger ligament, but that's never going to stop him from living his absolute best life, which I love to see it. But he's been posting that life on social media while he's traveling around the world collecting post stamps. And he posted some interesting pictures that set social media ablaze. He posted this image, you know, rocking Richard Nisi. We love to see it. But you know what? People zoomed in. They said, sir, what is on your nails? Why are we wearing bright colors? Why are we wearing patterns? Are men supposed to even paint their nails? Like, hello, 2024, are we
You're
doing
asking
this?
us. I don't think there is an inch of my body that hasn't been painted, courtesy of being on TV and doing this show, okay?
Yeah.
So I kind of think unless you have painted your nails or done something, but come on. Really, in the world that we live on, I love it. Why is this even big news?
People are even calling him gay because of this. They said he's a little bit zesty just because he paints his nails and wears sheer vests. Lenny Kravitz, have you not heard of one of the sexiest men alive?
Well, I'm thinking on behalf of all of my gay mates going, yes, please, okay? I don't think that would be too terrible a notion for half of our population. I think they would quite enjoy that.
Hachiva Daimani is another person who is really fantastic with regard to threads, everything, nails painted, and I don't understand why somebody who is well-kept has to have in a category.
Exactly.
You know, if you're going to wear something, you're wearing something for your own expression. You're not saying, like, I'm wearing my gender. That doesn't matter. It's who you are.
It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. All of us sit on a crazy spectrum of sanity and everything else. So trying to put someone in a box is just going to fail, especially a utility back like Damian Willemse. Don't put him in a box.
Do not do
Let him
that.
shine, baby.
Also,
Let him shine.
I think it's kind of just challenging people's notions of masculinity, right? They're going, that's not a man, that's a man. And I'm saying, no. If Shaq can paint his nails, and also if Dennis Rodman can paint his nails, superstars in the world of sport, why not?
Okay, some of the most hardcore masculine men in the world played rock music during the 80s. Just go and have a look.
Yes.
Just go and have a look is all I'm saying.
Lots of fishnet.
Yeah, drops mic. That's where we're leaving it there, okay? Not too much on Damian. Well, moving on to another South African icon. I'm so excited about this news. Bonang Matheba, we know her as a media mogul. She's also a businesswoman, and she is gearing up for something really exciting on our screens. Yes, this screen, on your S3 screen. She's coming back with a reality show called Bedazzled by Bonang, which launched in 2011. Now, I've been binging on episodes on YouTube, and I've just been like, please, put it on a TV screen. We want to see your face blown up and looking gorgeous. And I'm so glad she gave the people what they want. Bigger and bolder, and premiering really soon on S3 later this month. Look at our Queen Bee, man.
She is the queen, though. She was the first bona fide superstar celebrity within the South African industry. Not because she had done something outside and then came in. She was that here. And I think all of us in the industry are like, wow, okay, so this can happen.
Yes.
This can happen.
She's the
she's the OG.
blueprint.
Yeah, no, she's just so remarkable.
And as a woman in entertainment, I've been looking up to her for so many years. She really has just lit up the path, done her own thing, darling, and made sure that the rest of us just also show up in excellence, because that's what Bonang's going to do every single time.
Oh, for sure.
Beautiful stuff. Monday, 29 July is where we can find her on our screens, because she's joining Expresso.
She's going to be here.
She's going to be here.
But
you're
going to listen to my bass dropping now, because she's got the bass.
I know you're going to change. You are going to. I know you. This guy.
It's going to happen. It has to happen, my darlings.
We can't wait for it this coming Monday. We're all going to be Bonang's darlings as she comes through to co-host Expresso with us. So make sure that you have a date with us, all right? And then we move on to international news. This one is really interesting, and I can't wait to hear your guys' take on it.
Okay.
Well, the daughter of Sheikh Mohammed, Rashid Maktoum, Dubai's current ruler, took to Instagram this past weekend. Sorry if I giggle because I can't believe it. It is savage, all right? And she put out a post aiming at her husband that she married sometime last year in 2023. And she said this, look at this. Dear husband, as you are occupied with other companions, I hereby declare our divorce.
Yeah.
Take care, your ex-wife.
Take care. I like the take care.
I cannot believe it. I divorce you.
Yeah.
She has put it out there on social media for him to see. Imagine him just casually scrolling, double tapping the baddies, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah, I mean,
double tapping the baddies?
No, because like when you
swiping and double tapping and swiping,
I know, but
and then he can't go back and undouble tap. And
no, it's too late after that.
And now he's caught out. But I mean, really, you would think at that, because you kind of see that echelon of existence as being kind of a few ivory towers above where we have access to on the social media streets. You don't see those two worlds combining in this way. That seems absolutely insane.
I love being in 2024, man.
Sure.
It is messy,
It is
and I'm
famous.
here for it. I'm here for it. I take my hat off to this woman because usually, you know, we have to be quiet, we have to be dignified, especially being in that royalty
stay
circle.
in your lane.
Stay in your lane and just accept what was given to you, especially where money is concerned. She said, no, you're gone, boy, bye.
Wow.
I love to see it. Well, we are switching gears right now, moving on to actress Emma Roberts. Love her, the niece of Julia Roberts, also just a fan of both of their work. She recently also took to Instagram, but she announced some good news, all right? She announced her engagement with her partner, Cody John, who she's been dating for 2 years now, and she showed off her ring. I also really love the caption that she put on it. She said, putting this here before my mom tells everyone. Because why must our moms do that? Come on.
Because they will. It's just what unless it's happened on the gram first. I think even moms now understand that it's got to go through the gram gateway first before it can become a real thing. But that's almost the flip side of that coin, because here you've got a couple that should be acting like celebrities and all crazy and different, just being so normal and real. It's not overly produced. It's not some PR stint. It's just a young couple, a young lady, absolutely excited about the rock on her finger, albeit it is quite a big rock. So we can understand the excitement in that
And
space.
she's going to show it off to everybody. I mean, look at that. And as a fellow fiancé, I just want to say all the best to Emma Roberts, man. Look at her looking so happy. And that wraps up your entertainment news this morning. We need an outro too.
Oh, yes. It's entertainment news with all the views. It's Carissa.
Ooh, I like what you did with your voice there.
Thank you very much. I learned it from the Waterfront Theatre School. When they perform, I get inspired. In fact, let's get some more inspiration.
Good morning. My name is Liesl Irene Horn, and this is William Young, and we'll be singing 17 from the musical Heathers.
Fine, we're damaged, really damaged, but that does not make us wise. We're not special, we're not different, we don't choose who lives or dies. Let's be normal, see bad movies, sneak a beer and watch TV. We'll bake brownies or go bowling. Don't you want a life with me? Can't we be 17? That's all I want to do. If you could let me in, I could be good with you. People hurt us,
or they vanish.
and you're right, that really blows. But we let go.
Take a deep breath.
Go buy some summer clothes. We'll go camping.
Play some poker.
And we'll eat some chili fries. Maybe prom night.
Maybe dancing.
Don't stop looking in my eyes. Can't we be 17? Is that so hard to do? If you could let me in, I could be good with you. Let us be 17.
badly damaged,
but your love's too good to lose. Hold me tighter,
little closer.
I'll stay if I'm what you choose.
Can't we be 17?
If I am what you choose.
If we've still got the right.
'Cause you're the one I choose.
You're the one I choose.
You're the one I choose.
Wow. Beautiful. Get your tickets now. Heather's The Musical promises an unforgettable and very emotionally charged performance, and we are here for that. We might just sneak in one more performance if we are lucky this morning, but we are here to support young talents, just like Wayne McKay stood beside me. Look who's joking with Wayne McKay. No, I'm not going to try and crack a joke next to a professional comedian. I've learned that lesson, but Wayne is going to take us into his beautiful new production. And then we've got a Clem making a Clem and Gold cheesecake.
Oh my word, that's
an actual thing. We can combine the two. He is a mad genius in the kitchen, and he's going to show us exactly why we love him when he makes this kind of breakfast. We'll see you on the other side.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, the size of the smile on my face probably gives it away. Joining us right now in our studio is Wayne McKay. He's a seasoned, to say the least, stand-up comedian, actor, podcaster, voiceover artist extraordinaire, and a brilliant master of ceremonies because he's just so ridiculously funny. And he's currently preparing for a comedy production, Look Who's Joking with Wayne McKay, set to bring, I'm sure, a lot of side-splitting laughter to Cape Town this July. So let's give him a feel-good, side-splitting welcome. Look at that. You look great. Your energy is great, buddy. So good to see you. How are you?
I am fantastic. Just getting here alone is a mission, but I'm loving it. And early in the morning, I can see why you guys look the way you do. Just that smiles alone. Early in the morning. I just don't know how you guys do it, but I like it. So it's great
called
to be
makeup, wardrobe.
I was about to say that's exactly.
A friendly disposition.
And a lot of coffee.
And a cup of coffee.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Yeah.
Can I just say, Wayne, like, I'm such a fan of yours. I have these cousins that are a bit older than me that are boys that grew up. And you actually went viral on the flats before virality was even a thing.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, when YouTube is just telling me, sending me stuff like, you're one of the old OGs. You know, when YouTube just wanted to start off, I'm like, well, thank you very much. I was a size, I think I was a size 29 that time. But I loved it. And it was
the
nice...
Wayne McKay one-night show, come on.
Yeah. But it's actually McCain, not McCain. People keep getting it wrong. They normally say McCain, and I say, look, McCain is actually frozen veg, aisle number 4 in some supermarket. But it's fine, I accept that. But it's cool, I'm loving it.
The journey has been long, it's been fruitful, it's been beautiful, and you are here now. Can you tell us a bit more about that and where you're at in your comedy career?
Well, the show, it's about, as I spoke to Graham earlier a minute or two ago, it's about my life journey. And as you mentioned earlier, it's from way back then. And, you know, sitting with friends around, having a braai and stuff like that, and especially with friends that was at school with you, and they can tell, they bring out things, and I tell you, like, you were like, this. I'm like, what? And I'm sitting here, and then, you know, the juices flowing, you start kind of writing a show in your mind. And I thought, why not just focus on all the stuff that my journey as a comedian across, not just performing it across South Africa, but around the world in different parts, and bringing back all those things and bring it to a show, put it on stage, and people can see, but oh my word, is this what this guy's been up to? You know, yeah.
It's different now, I would imagine, being a comedian. And we're lovely. We get this front row seats to have life explained to us by the amazing artists that perform and the comedians that kind of hold up that mirror.
Yeah.
You've just done a stint on the MSC Splendida all around the world. Does it feel different to you now? That would have been an international audience, some Sappers, a bit of a mixed bag. Does it feel like the world is different now as you hold up that mirror for us to have a good laugh?
In a sense, yes, because one of the things that I got to experience, in fact, the request came through before I got onto the cruise liner was that some of the comedians are doing, because we're on for a long time, so they do the same material every day. And someone suggested, can't you do, they got some complaints from the passengers, is it any possibility that you could do comedy, different style of comedy every day? And I thought that was an amazing
You're like, hold my drink.
Hold my drink. I'm off. I'm going to start writing. And the whole idea is just cruising, walking around the ship and was watching. And every day just putting on a set of comedy. And people loved it. And when you speak about the mirror, just talking about the mirror of people on the ship and how Cape Townians and obviously the foreigners that was also there. Taking a bit of not just the mickey out of them, but they could see. There came a point about 3, 4, 5 days onto the cruise when I was going on one of the area where they do their lunch and breakfast. People, when they saw me coming on, they were like, no, just don't say anything. It's going to be on stage later this afternoon. And it was good fun. So I love that type of brief. And I like challenging myself when it comes to comedy, because it's different forms,
But that's lived comedy. That is amazing. That's why I think the genre was created. So kudos to you.
Thank you very much.
And it takes a seasoned comedian to be able to do that, right? Kind of work on the fly and be excited about that challenge instead of like a little bit scared. Well, speaking about seasoned comedians, I know that you're joined by others on your show. Please tell us more about that. Give me details. Can you say who's going to be joining you?
Well, one of the things I like doing with comedy, I combine it with music or dance, and I love dancing because in my day growing up as a youngster, I belonged to a freestyle group of dancers. So way back in the day, I mean, I see the dancers, the young dancers you have showcased on Expresso on a weekly basis. I love it. But we, the old school guys, the OGs, and I was seeing them uply on YouTube, these guys. I thought they're no longer around because I used to belong to these groups. And I contacted them and I said, guys, I know you guys are all over 50, 60, some are going with 70, some are on medication. But I need us to kind of showcase what you've been doing from way back in the 80s. And these guys are extremely cool, they fit, they can still do it, although, like I said, they're on medication. So they will be part of the show, just doing a bit. I can't let them do like an hour, maybe just a few minutes.
The back and the knees.
Now you understand our show, okay? 8-minute bursts, and we'll be okay.
Ambulance on standby and all those types of things. So that's going to be part of the show as well.
Buddy, as I listen to you speak now, it feels like your sphere has just expanded. Because now you can be professionally yourself in a very different way. You can be the comedian, you can be the social commentator, you can be the mentor, which I know is a big part of that. But then there is the communicator, and you can't be as good as you on a stage or in front of the camera and not use that. How else are you doing that? We hear podcasts, very modern. Okay, very modern way.
Adapt all the time.
What else are you up to? What's got you excited in your world
my business that I run is events company, is Wayne McKay Event Services. So I'm always involved with different companies, whether it's business and also with community, because coming from a community like Mitchell's Plan, I always try and give back as well.
I have to,
And so that keeps me very, very busy with either coordinating hosting, emceeing, and just making sure that an event goes according to plan. And you know, if you can do it with your eyes closed. Not that I'm bragging. You've been doing it for many years, and then people are like, oh no, well, we're happy we hired you for that.
But yeah, I'm going through my head podcast names here, and every one of them speaks to my own, I suppose, advanced age within our industry. But it kind of feels like you're hitting your straps at the moment. What is the podcast called?
It's called the Wayne McCann Baidu Show. Okay. So myself and another gentleman, Baidu Adams, we were in the media industry, and you get podcasts with people they're just having the talk, but we do it like it's very non-scripted. But when we get businesses in, like we've done recently, in fact, we were doing the whole thing on cannabis, and I was like, you know, I don't smoke, but now I know a lot about cannabis, and I'm like very interested. But those myths, and we actually had that conversation with companies, with businesses, with individuals, with artists, because we have to combine it with artists as well, and showcase them. So it's unscripted. We do it. We do an hour, 1 hour, 30-odd minutes, and they enjoy it because it's always the feedback. I always watch everything 2 days later, like, oh, is that what I said? That's quite interesting.
See, that's a comedian. That's the safe thing, though. You don't go straight to the comments after the show.
No, you're like,
to brew a little bit.
I'm having coffee rather.
Yes, unscripted and uncut. We're here for it. I'm going to put you on the spot right now as well, right? We've got a Good Morning post that's been floating around. I don't know if you can throw your mind back to your schooling days, but if there is something that stood out for you in terms of maybe something you picked up, something you learned, something that a teacher instilled in you, do you recall anything?
I would say never give up. That's the one thing I liked about our teachers. And up until today, we're still in contact with them via WhatsApp. That's the amazing thing, to be able to be in contact with them. And we've got there's a Facebook group as well. But to be in contact with them, it's amazing. So one of the things that they were great inspirations for us during the days in the 80s and stuff like that.
Very different time. No, but it's you just won't understand, girls.
No, you won't.
For all the right reasons.
There we go. Rubber bullets. And your teacher's just telling you, no, you need to study. Just keep it going. I'm like, but I got bullets up in here, rubber bullets. So it's very difficult if you want to go through the airport security. It's like, ding, ding, what's that? That's my rubber bullet. So they were very inspirational. Always trying to guide us to either to continue our studies and up until today, because they watch what we do. That's the thing about teachers. They still up to now watch what you do.
Well, they never stop teaching.
They never, and we still treat them with the respect that when we spoke to them when we were at school. So I'm loving that. So
and I bet you all of them have gone, yep. Comedian, comedian, comedian. I saw that come very quickly. How can we get tickets, my friend?
Tickets for the show, look who's joking. Well, it's at the Theatrical the Wave Theatre out in Long Street, 44 on Long Street. So people can go online to book their tickets. It's www.catchthewave.co.za/events. And it's happening on the 25th and the 26th of July. So people can come out.
Payday.
Payday. It's important for payday. They gotta go. People just like, where, when, how,
Don't wait
all the rains.
for payday to buy the tickets, though, because after this morning, I reckon they're going to go, and they're going to go very, very fast. Thank you so much for being just so wonderful. He's going to give us just a little taste, a little skit, if you will, as comedians do on your Feel Good Breakfast show in just a moment. So stick around.
Love Wayne, absolutely incredible talent, and you know what, very relaxing when you watch and have a good laugh. Now, when you're dealing with the stresses of everyday life, it's so important to take some me time. And when you need to get yourself a little moment to recharge, there's nothing quite like a refreshing cup of coffee paired with delicious rusks, as well as Graham and Carissa, who appear out of nowhere at this table. Look at that, beautiful. It's like they never were anywhere else but here.
You weren't even making eye contact with me when you dropped that thing, and I got a buzz over that compliment.
Did you feel that, eh?
You've got a superpower today, hey? Just wield it with great responsibility, okay? I feel great,
let's get into this. I mean, this week we were very, very clear. We wanted to ask you a little question and said to you, hey, you stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand. Of course, you lent in. You said hello and an incredible hamper. So simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and tell us this. When do you enjoy a snack time break with Omar Rusks to take a moment for yourself? And don't forget to add hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious. I want to ask these incredible individuals, when you want to take a break and you want to enjoy a lovely...
Because you look like you're about to burst out crying. It's good as professional colleagues that we understand each other's kind of threshold, okay? And this will happen.
Carl didn't compliment me, so I'm just getting a little
he did. He was side-eyeing me when he said it, but if he could have gone peripheral, it would have got you. But I'm learning now, because at least at one point during the show, you'll be in tears. And not for a horrible reason, just because the joy overflows. Is this
when I
that
laugh
moment?
and smile, the tears come. My body doesn't function as it should. So as soon as I feel the smile, it just, you know.
This is great, eh? So goosebumps and, of course, a bit of smiling as well, which is wonderful. I just wanted to make sure that I asked you two, this is what they call, if you ever asked, when you ask a question with an Omar Rusk, they call it diplomatic. So I want to ask you, diplomatically, right, what do you do in terms of, when you're having an Omar Rusk to take some you time, where are you? Paint the picture for me.
Okay, let's practice some diplomacy
there
while
we go.
I respond to you. The crazy thing is, you know, I've learned this almost in like a weird matrixy kind of a way, because we've been forced to do this on the job. So while I'm doing these amazing shoots that normally are under pressure, there's no time, it's crazy, and then my director's like, slow down, take a break, dip your Omar and enjoy the moment. And you're like, okay, and then you do. There has not been one moment where I've embraced this little mechanism here and not gone, wow, I have like the best job in the world. I'm sitting here on a trout farm, fly fishing, I can't fish at all, it's 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. How could my life get better?
Absolutely.
It's just so amazing. And it happens at least twice on the show, almost every morning.
Well, that's
like
very
this.
true. And you, Carissa, obviously after being, you know, incredibly, amazingly talented and super incredible.
Give it a side eye, give it a side eye.
Obviously, I wanted just to share a bit more about how, because sometimes they say when you dip at Omar Rusk and you know that it's coming, they call it serendipity. So what is that moment for you? I just wanted to ask very quickly.
Well, let me have a serendipitous
there
moment
we go.
as we get into this. Honestly, for me, I love having girl time. I am a girl. I don't know if you noticed that. And I've got a bestie that's also a girl. And we love to just talk and catch up. And we just have like a real soul connection. So whenever we get together, we put the wine aside, okay? We go for the coffee nowadays because she's also a mom and we need that energy. And we grab our Omar Rusk, talk about life, you know, weigh in, gain some perspective. Also encourage one another on our journeys and our paths. Make sure we have a dipping, delicious moment between the two of us. And then we're good.
And you, my friend, because you live at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
You really do, Carl.
I always hear you when I'm driving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, it's just, you live in my head all the time, which means you are pretty much on air always. How do you find those moments?
I honestly find it through people. I think it's quite important. So when I sit with you two, I am in my zen and my happy place. I love being around people. I love learning from people. I'm learning a bit more about myself with people. They call it interdependence.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I do. So that's my moment. Anyway, it's not about us. It's actually also about you.
Wayne's job.
I am indeed. Sorry, I must slow down.
Dip into some of those comments.
Please, can we? Let's take a look. Okay, so first off, Sandra. And the Sandra says, every morning I look forward to my special snack time break with Omar Rusks. As the sun rises, I dip my Omar Rusks into a steaming cup of coffee, savouring the delicious, comforting crunch. It's my peaceful moment to reflect and recharge before the day begins. Hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious, hashtag Expresso Show.
I think we could try harder with our dipping moments, clearly. Eh? There are people taking it there, like on holiday for a week in one moment.
Sandra Gomera, that was wonderful. We also had Paulie saying, I enjoy it at night. That's interesting. I usually stay up at night to do my assignments. And Omar Rusk with a cup of milky coffee. It keeps me energized as well as motivated. I love that. Any time of the day, Omar's got
you don't have to mitigate it. He was like milky coffee because he was worried about being judged for drinking coffee late at night. It's fine, dude. I have coffee before I go to sleep at night. It's all right.
I believe that.
It's just me. That's great.
Oh, Lungile Wenyan, I enjoy mine any time of the day. Buttermilk flavor is my favorite.
Agreed.
I tried a few. I pushed the boat out, tried a few others. Went back to buttermilk yesterday. Went back to buttermilk. I love it. Not to say the caramel isn't absolutely amazing as well.
Yes.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
Thanks, you two. That's always a pleasure, honestly. You understand? Interdependence that I have on these two incredible colleagues and friends of mine. But keep those entries coming in. And the competition closes Friday, 26 July. It could be serendipitous of you winning this. So check out expressoshow.com for all of the terms and conditions. And don't forget to take a moment for you and dip your Omar Rusk.
Omar Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, fulfilling, satisfying.
And I put the gold in Clement Gold as we prepare a no-bake cheesecake. And then a little later, Saskia Borman and Heathers are back for another stellar performance. Don't miss it.
You know, I was wondering, you know, if you could keep on, because the force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for joining us for what has been an amazing show this morning, because we've just had amazing guests and we continue on that trend.
Honestly, I've been having the time of my life, and I'm sure that you have too. And we're about to elevate that even more, can you imagine? Because joining us right now with a little bit of a dance and a little bit of humor is, of course, our very favorite Wayne McKay. He comes from Look Who's Joking with Wayne McKay. That, of course, is his show coming this Thursday and Friday. Get your tickets. Wayne, right now, the stage is yours.
Hi there, my name's Wayne McKay. As you know, joining at my show, Look Who's Joking this weekend. Let's go. I'm in the mood for dancing.
I was wondering, you know, if you could keep on, because the force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like
Come on.
Take us through the hours. I won't be fading.
Woo! I love you, Wayne. I love you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Keep on.
Thank you.
Till you get it up.
Thank you. Woo.
You know what happened, right? You know what happened? The reason why I could do that with Wayne McKay with a bit of dancing is because I had this here in my hand. It's a Clement Gold.
I could see you
Did you
dancing
feel
with
that?
it. You just juiced this thing like it's. This is going to give me 1 liter of Clement Gold juice right now.
It will definitely do that.
Thank
so
you.
we're entering our citrus era, or even an MJ era, up to you. But I think citrus. Let's focus on that with only the best flavors. Now, one of Woolworths' premium Mandarin brands is, as we mentioned, this one over here, Clement Gold. Look at that, beautiful. It's virtually seedless. It's a variant that sets the standard as far as the best eating quality soft citrus goes. And Chef Clement Gold is here to dish up a delicious no-bake cheesecake inspired by this beautiful piece of, I'm going to say, it's a product of South Africa. It's lekker.
It is so lekker.
Proper lekker,
It is
man.
such a favorite. Let's swap sides quickly.
I love swapping sides with you.
So, all right. So what we're going to do
Substitution.
is we're going to make this beautiful cheesecake, and we're going to do a jelly set top on the cheesecake. It's very fancy, all right?
When you
But
say
it's
jelly, as in like the way Wayne McKay shakes jelly.
Are you ready for
like that? Okay, this is good. I'm ready for that.
Jelly.
I can't be ready for that jelly.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go.
do this. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to bloom some gelatine for us, which is something we talk about a lot in recipes, but we don't actually ever demonstrate it that often, so we're going to do it from scratch.
So let's bloom, because
Okay,
I think
let's
it's
bloom.
quite important, right? So now what we have here, I believe blooming,
Yes.
you can't do it in super cold water, right? You have
No,
to have a bit of warm.
No, room temperature is
Room
perfect.
temp, right?
Never warm, right?
Okay.
So like room temperature straight off the tap is also kind of fine. You're good to go. So we've got water in our bowl. I'm going to ask
Great.
you to open up one of those sachets.
Okay,
and then
these
add
are
it.
the sachets.
Yes,
That's
that's
fantastic.
inside the box.
Because I'm trusting you to avoid clembarrassment.
Clembarrassment.
Which is something that, obviously,
Yeah.
this is part of the recipe, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure I avoid
Absolutely.
that.
Cool. So you're going to get the gelatine into our cold
Fantastic.
water. It's going to
How much?
1 sachet. It's going to start sucking up all that water and it's going to start hydrating. We need that to happen.
Fantastic.
Once it's
Close
bloomed
again.
and it's hydrated, we're going to add, we got our beautiful tea this morning, citrus and buchu, rooibos.
I
tea.
love buchu.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. That's in there, so that's going to add a whole new flavor. And then I'm going to ask you to add some of this beautiful juice that you juiced with us, with Wayne McKay. That's happening
That's
now.
great.
Let's talk about the crust of our no-bake cheesecake.
Okay,
I
great.
got Woolies ginger snaps. They are so good. So delicious. You know what I like doing?
Love it.
I like buying them and opening
Yes.
it and leaving it open. Leaving it open for like a week.
It's like chewy, doesn't it?
It's
Yes,
chewy.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Man.
it's like 16 on teeth. It's my favorite. Okay,
This
but
is
we're
great,
not doing
eh?
that today.
Okay.
We're crushing it, and what we did was added some malted butter to it.
So I'm adding the juice of this amazing Clement Gold.
In it goes.
All right. Maybe you should check the juicification of it to see if I actually proper shook it loose. Like Clement Gold juice.
Go.
That's right, shake it down. Let's go. Ooh.
I mean, look at that.
It's like basically a tap
It
of
is.
citrus.
Of Clement Gold juice.
It is. I'm making a mess in the
And
counter, but
again,
it doesn't matter.
No seeds. No seeds. You don't have to worry about
Come
it.
on. Look at that.
Amazing.
It's
Okay.
citrusy and beautiful.
It's actually a
And
signature...
I thank you twice.
A signature scent of my cologne is Clement Gold in there.
Can I
And-
smell a bit?
And as the unofficial CEO of Clement Gold, we know how to have to represent.
Woo.
It's good, right? It's
Honestly,
good. Okay,
this is
back to the
great.
base. So there's butter, malted butter in here with our
Yes.
ginger snap crumbs. That's going in. That smells so citrusy.
It's because I shook it loose.
There we go.
Like Clement Gold juice.
Love it.
Shake
Okay.
it down. Right.
Can you pack it down?
Can I pack? I can pack it down.
There we go.
Right, I can pack it down
so
for
if you can pack it down, give me a nice little base there.
No problem.
For
Let me do it.
Our filling, we're going with...
Oh, do you want some tea in here as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go some tea. Okay.
Absolutely, get that in there. So,
And then what I'll do is, pro tip, I'm using the base of this and packing it down so you don't have to make any more dishes. Don't make more dishes, man. Work smarter.
there we
Look
go.
at that.
I love. Okay, condensed milk. Is
Yes.
having its year. Condensed milk is featuring in
Condensed milk is
so...
having its year.
Oh, and I
but
love it.
Can I
love
tell you
it.
what I'm going to tell you now? And it's controversial me telling you this, but I think it's TikTok. Because a lot of the recipes are, there's a lot of condensed milk in those recipes, often sweet, often using the fact that the dense sweetness that you cannot resist. And that's why it's so effective for everybody.
Wow.
Okay.
How much is the condensed milk committee paying you?
I'm just saying, as a brand ambassador for condensed milk, that's important. Because as a condensed human, it's important for me to do a condensed milk recipe every now and then. You're welcome. Anyway, right, so we got that in there. You're
Yes.
having fun there, aren't
we
you?
are. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cream cheese going in. And here's the thing about making cheesecake. If you want the mixture to be perfect, make sure everything is at the same temperature, and that's close
Great.
to room temperature. It just mixes so much better. I'm making a mess. Put it on the side. No one can see that. Okay, cool. Now, Paul, I need Clement Gold Zest to start happening here.
Clement Gold Zest. I'm going to have to get another Clement Gold. That's the other one.
Here we go. We got plenty. We got plenty.
So you want a zest? Must a zest in there?
Yes, please. Okay, I'm going to mix this up.
And then I'm going to zest, right?
Yep.
In there, okay.
And you don't need 2 people to do this.
No, you don't.
But it makes it so much better.
You don't.
You get to talk to someone.
Yes, you do. You get to like zest with you, live a zesty lifestyle, you know?
Do you?
I do.
Okay. There we go.
I love the brightness of this. The skin is amazing, right?
And there's
it's
so
beautiful.
much flavour in that zest.
Look
You don't
at
want
that. You want some more zest, or you
Give
fine?
it to me. And can I open this a little bit from your
I can do that. I got your back.
Yes,
You see, we're working together as a team here.
As a
It's
team.
almost like we're doing a surgery together. This is great.
Denim.
How much of this do you want? Oh, denim is important, right?
It is very important.
Right?
5 reasons why denim is really important. Go.
All right, 5 reasons. Number 1 is that denim was key to the Pink Panther soundtrack. Denim, 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 denim. Another reason is that, didn't you say the other, you had one, there was another song that had denim in it, right?
What's a shark's favourite material?
What?
Denim, denim.
Denim, 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 denim.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes, that's amazing, right? Why do you mention this?
What are we doing? Anyway.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful Clement Gold zest, and a little bit of juice went in here as well.
Fantastic.
A little bit of salt, because we know salt brings out flavour. We are going to add this to our beautiful base. That looks amazing, Carl.
So, aren't you all about that base? About that base?
No trouble.
More Clement.
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, cool. That's going in. Don't want to waste any of this.
That's it.
And then we're going to make that jelly, right? So what I like doing is I like setting this part first.
That's correct, yes.
Then pouring that jelly over, so you can kind of like play around with the shape. And be a little more delicate than what I'm doing right now.
No, that's fine. I guess you have to kind of spread it across.
There we go.
Also, can I tell you that for me, the packing of the base itself, I usually do some melted butter in the crust just to kind of make sure that it packs down.
Yes.
Am I doing the right thing? I'm kind of like asking if that's
absolutely.
Is that okay?
We did add melted butter to that crumb.
Really?
We did, yeah.
I needed more.
There we go. And I like your
more
honesty.
butter.
And
Thank you.
At home, judge it. If you're looking at your crumb and you're seeing it's a bit dry, add a little more butter, okay?
You got it.
There we go. So now, we're going to slice some Clement Golds. Now, imagine this is slightly set for about 2 hours.
Okay.
Slice some Clement Golds, take the peel off, the skin off, and then pour that beautiful jelly over. But let's just do it now. Okay, fine, let's just do it.
Do you want to use the zested one if you want?
Okay, let's see how long it takes you to peel a Clement Gold.
What are you talking about? Are you saying that this is... is there like a trick that we go into it, though? Because I remember... I do have a trick. The trick is basically that I just focus on life, and I start thinking about how appealing this could be on TV, and then I'm just kind of like there. That's how it goes. Sorry, what? Am I done? Why did that happen?
Amazing.
Why am I done?
Okay, so
sorry.
Let's talk about the freshness of Clement Golds, right? Because you know you're always going to buy them. They're always going to be amazing.
It's refreshing to see this.
Very refreshing. And
this
part
is
of that,
citrus business, eh?
Citrus business.
Focus.
Part of that reason is cold chain, and we talk about it all the time. So Woolies does the most to maintain cold chain from the time that anything's harvested or farmed till it gets to the store.
Shall I do this one?
But you can do your part as well.
Okay.
In maintaining that cold chain. So this is how I shop.
Okay, I'd like to...
You know these bags?
A man after my own heart. I do the same thing.
I don't even put the stuff straight in the trolley. I put this in the trolley, and then I put everything else inside here to maintain that cold chain. And then it goes straight into the car. Let me explain. South Africa's very different, right?
We have the African sun.
We have the African sun.
Yeah, we do.
And think about it, when it's like 32 degrees outside, your car's baking at something like 40.
Yes.
And then you're still going to put your cold Clement Golds in there, and that's going to turn into citrus jam. Okay.
Which is not bad.
It's not bad.
I'm just
That's
saying.
not what we're doing.
Have you ever had car jam? That's the thing. Anyway.
Coming soon. We'll show you how we do that. But yes, keep everything straight into the cooler bag. Go straight home, straight into the fridge. You're maintaining cold chain. I'm telling you, the difference is amazing. How long things actually last in the fridge. Because you've done your part. Look what you did. You did your part.
We did that together, man. This is us together.
Okay, you hold that side. Come together.
Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, my word, this is amazing. Honestly, I feel like there was a scene like this in Ghost, a movie. Thank you. Let's do it this way. Yes. There we go.
How beautiful?
Sure.
How beautiful. It's Monday, South Africa.
It isn't
If you're
Monday.
not starting your week off like this.
That was
This
wonderful.
is beautiful. It's not leaking.
No.
But this is going to go to the fridge. And put this on a plate first, put it in the fridge. It's going to set.
The only thing leaking will be your eyes because you're going to be crying because it's so amazing.
So amazing.
Okay, that's how it goes. So we're going to do that. We're going to let it set. This is a staff meal now. If you would like to get this recipe, there's a simple way to go. You don't only obviously DM Clem, but you can also go to taste.co.za and only use the most incredible Clement Gold produce that is from SA. So celebrate citrus season with Woolworths. Buy 2 Clement Gold mandarins. That's a 1 kilogram bag and save 15 Rand in store, online and on the app. Plus shop in store and get the Clement Gold mandarins tray for only $64.99 and save 10 Rand. Tell them Clem sent you and get your Clement Gold.
we connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
Well, here's the deal. I know our time with you is almost done, but this Monday could be the best Monday ever. In fact, it could be a lot more memorable than you think if you play Daily Lotto. Why? Because there is an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot up for grabs. Come on.
Okay, so let's talk about how you're going to play, because I really want you to win, all right? So let's focus here. You walk in store, you have that lucky vibe, positive attitude, and you walk in. It's brilliant, I know. Then you can be like a bit more private, nationallottery.co.za on your laptop. That's cool. Or on your cell phone. Mobile app, just bing, bing, and then you got it sorted. Or you could even get yourself a ticket through cell phone banking, right, at your favorite bank, or by dialing *120 *7529 hash. That is for USSD. Now you know.
And you don't have to do all of them, just one of them will suffice, but go crazy. And all those details are on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out at your leisure. Most importantly, Panda Pusher Play. Why? Because Daily Lotto is sitting at 450,000 Rand, and it should be yours. It should be.
It's going to be, and in fact, it's going to be yours so beautifully. The Waterfront Theatre School's got celebratory performances that are going to be. So if you do win, you need to go and see their performances and really support culture in South Africa. We have an incredible act coming up right now, and this is going to be fantastic.
And of course, we've been getting into the amazing young stars behind Heather's the Musical, and we've got another short excerpt coming for you, coming to you via Saskia Bormans, who sounds absolutely incredible. This one's going to take you back, way, way back, to your kindergarten boyfriend.
Hi, my name is Saskia Bormans. I play Martha Dunstock in Heather's the Musical, and this is Kindergarten Boyfriend. There was a boy I met in kindergarten. He was sweet. He said that I was smart. He was good at sports and people liked him. And at nap time once we shared a mat. I didn't sleep. I sat and watched him breathing. Watched him dream for nearly half an hour. Ooh. Then he woke up. He pulled a scab off one time playing kickball. Kissed me quick, then pressed it in my hand. I took that scab and put it in a locket. All year long I wore it near my heart. He didn't care if I was thin or pretty. And he was mine until we hit first grade. Ooh. Then he woke up. Last night I dreamed a horse with wings flew down into my homeroom. On its back, there he sat, and he held out his arms gym, across the faculty parking lot. My kindergarten boyfriend and a horse with wings. Now we're all grown up and we know better. Now we recognize the way things are. Certain boys are just for kindergarten. Certain girls are meant to be alone. But I believe that any dream worth having is a dream that should not have to end.
Another feel-good production.
Elevate your custard game with the all-new vanilla-flavored Clover custard. So creamy and smooth, it makes all the other desserts a little jelly.